this evening.
Okay. Noting the time in the presence of a quorum, I call the Boxborough Finance Committee to order. Today is March 19th, 2024, 7 p.m. We are coming to you from the Grange Room and on Zoom. We have everyone in the room currently, so wow, no roll call vote. Okay, minutes from last week, March 12th, 2024. Is there any?
I move to approve.
I'll
Okay.
second it.
All right, any discussion? Okay.
Well,
Oh,
I just have a question about the housing. What was that article? There was an approval for 13 or 14 lots. When I saw your summary of it, I was confused by which article that referred to.
BRAP, are we talking BRAP? It's not 13 lots, it's 13 like rental
Residents,
assistance.
yes, yes. Can you
It's,
just refresh me on my?
yeah, it's a community service. It's, not
Oh,
community
rental, this is
service.
rental assistance.
Rental assistance. It's funded through community preservation. And what it does is you have to apply, and it's really strict income provisions, but it gives $250 a month payable to the landlord for up to 3 years to residents who qualify. And it's been really, it's been utilized. I mean, it's not like we don't use it.
and it goes through the social service
It goes through
office.
social services.
Okay, so it's rental assistance,
Yeah.
not, okay, thank you. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's all right, no problem. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I love that. All opposed? None. Okay, it's unanimous. All right, Becky, we're supposed to have Chris here from Steel Farm, but he couldn't make it.
Yep.
He had a family
So,
thing, so can
Let me
talk
tell
to
you what,
us?
yeah, he sent me an email yesterday, and Mike's just now getting on, so maybe he'll actually have something for
Let
this.
me admit him in.
Oh, I thought I had, but okay. So basically, he said he had to fly to Texas because his dad's not doing well. But he said Rajon's working on the insurance
oh, yeah.
for the Steel Farm building. And so he asked why all of a sudden they're dropping us, and he mentions because isn't occupied or it's vacant. So he doesn't understand why they're still classifying it as a home and not a museum or office space or something else like that. They've been saying for years it's been storage, which it's not. So in his opinion, it's a building not unlike like the Historical Society today. And if we need to, we could open the farmhouse once a month for tours if that would reduce the insurance cost. I don't actually think that would be a safe move, but
Isn't there a hole in the floor?
Yeah,
well,
because
never mind.
the
There's
fire
just,
department-
yeah. So, I mean, I don't really think that would work, but I don't know if Mike has any more, because apparently Rajon was working on it, but.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna unmute Mike. Rob, can you make Mike a co-host at some point?
He said, yeah.
And then, Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you hear me?
Talking
No,
about-
I just signed on, so I missed it.
Okay, so we're talking about the Steel Farmhouse and the insurance, and Chris was supposed to be here tonight, but his dad's sick in Texas, so he flew out to meet him. So
Oh,
he
okay.
said that Rajon was working on it, and he's not sure why, they're changing the classification. He suggested that they could actually perhaps do tours of the farmhouse once a month, so it's not vacant, but I actually don't think that's probably a good idea, because I don't think it's safe.
It's possible.
But I
Yeah,
didn't know if you had any
I-
ideas on what kind of insurance. He said Rajon was working on getting quotes back between liability and full coverage.
Yeah, so Rajon and I spoke tonight at about 5 o'clock, and we didn't have a quote yet, but they came back with, they wanted more information, so we provided them more information. We don't have numbers, but I also agree that I don't think tours is a good idea at this point. I don't think the place is in good enough condition to be doing tours until we do some stabilization work
Yeah.
inside the facility.
Okay, so we have not voted this budget, or we did vote
So
it?
we voted it, but it's in the insurance budget.
Yeah,
And so we have to re-vote it based on whatever this quote is at some point. So, Mike, we need to vote this budget, the final budget, next Tuesday night, because we're going to have the school committee Thursday, so we'll know what the school's final budget is, and then this is the one that's outstanding. Do we think we'll be able to come up with either a quote or some number that would work to vote for next Tuesday?
I hope so. I had actually thought we would have a quote by today, and that didn't happen. If they can't give us a specific quote, I'll ask them if they can at least give us what's the most it would be, for budgeting purposes. And, in fact, I'll ask them that tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll tell them we need that by Tuesday, but if we can't get an actual quote, that at least give us a framework we can budget from.
Right, and then once we get the quote, we can, on town floor, we can amend down or up by 10% if we have to.
Right.
Right, because that's within the four corners. So, all right, so we'll come up with something for next Tuesday then. Okay, what did you say, Bob? Are you all set?
Mike, I thought in the budget that we had right now, I thought there was a number in there. Was that an estimate by you, or was that just a guess by somebody?
That was from last year, like it was the number from last year and an estimate, and then they,
That's all it was?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So there is a number in there, but it's not,
real,
yeah,
okay, fine.
because they came back to us, so.
No,
Yeah,
the reserve
that-
fund too.
That was a pretty good estimate, but it was after that point when they said they were no longer going to insure us directly through our insurance company. So at that point, they said they're gonna go out. And we know it's gonna be more expensive, but we don't know how much.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
And the other thing is, if we go with just liability insurance, I would imagine we'd be able to stay within the number we already have. But we already have comprehensive insurance, and to go outside to another third-party agency and get a comprehensive insurance, I'm sure that's gonna be more expensive. We just don't even have a range of how much more.
Okay.
Well, I would like to see both numbers, right, for just liability or the whole shoot and match.
And
Yeah,
then-
we've asked them for both numbers.
Yeah,
Okay, and Mike, do they have it classified as a house, or do they, because, to Chris's point, museums and historical homes are not generally occupied, right? So, does it matter how it's classified?
Well, right now, it's classified as vacant. If we had it in use as a museum or something else, that would be different. It would probably be more like a commercial level, but right now, it's classified as a historical home, and it's vacant. And that's the key point, is that nobody wants to insure something that's vacant.
Okay. Yes. All right, okay, so we have that. So for next week, we have the reserves, the ABRS budget, and we have to revote the insurance. And that's it, right, Mike? There's nothing else that's pending. Health insurance is pending, but we voted that, and you think we have enough money in the health insurance. It's just a matter of what the buyout's gonna be, the buy down?
That's correct.
Okay, and that would be not go up, that you think that would go down, if anything, right?
I believe so. They gave us, the last number they gave us, they said you can budget on this. So that leads me to believe that it shouldn't go up.
Okay. All right, so health insurance is already voted on, we couldn't change that. But again, if that goes down, we can change that if we have to at town meeting. Okay.
Correct.
All right, so I went through and I incorporated all our recommendations into the warrant. I'm gonna tell you, I get to this point the last 2 years where if I never see this warrant again, it will be too soon. It's just a lot. So hold on, let me get this to one page. And thank you, everyone, for getting me your recommendations.
Oh,
what?
no. Are these in different,
What's the matter?
are these in a different order than what you sent out?
I have no idea. This is the latest that was, so you have to, like, live my life for a minute.
I know, we'll do it,
Right,
yeah,
because
I know.
I'm getting drafts of this every week from Kelly, who's getting updates every week from everybody. So every time I update this, I have to then do a side-by-side comparison, because I'm not sure if the articles are in the right position or not. So this is the latest and greatest Kelly sent me today at 10, which I updated. So however it is, it is. Sorry. But I do have all your recommendations. Okay, so the first one was a traffic study. which we voted to support. Becky did the recommendation. Can you all just take a look at this, see if you're good with it? It looked fine to me. And while we're doing this, I also feel free to proofread votes and tax impacts. Most of these recommendations are more of FinCom recommends for the reasons above, so they're not so wordy.
I don't think this is that word.
Well, it's not a bad wordy, it's necessary, but,
So the tax impact goes to that, what I'm reading is the one that goes above, right? Tax impact comes at the end, right?
yes, yes. So I just pulled it up.
So second line,
Second line,
application, I think should be plural.
approving
Oh, yeah.
applications, okay?
Good call.
Good, got it?
Sorry.
Okay.
We didn't indicate what the planning, what the, should we say even though the tax impacts here that it's taxed,
I'm sorry, say it again?
the funding source,
It says raise and appropriate on top, right?
does it?
Yeah, it does,
I'm
60,000
sorry,
raise.
okay.
Yep. So did everyone read that? Are we all good with it?
Good, yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, next one is the Police Department Academy training. And just to be clear, it's free cash. Is it just one new officer, Becky?
Yeah,
We know that, okay.
well, because that's the price for one new office.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
We're good with that one? Okay. Free cash for fire. Okay, this is just recommends for the reasons stated above. Are we good with that?
Yep.
And did somebody abstain from this vote? For some reason, some of my votes got moved and changed. Could you,
This is the police?
No,
this is the fire. Can
Fire.
you,
Give me a
can you
second.
double check that vote for me, Gary, please? Some of these votes got changed, and I'm a little
Maria,
confused as to why.
Maria, can you scroll up a little bit?
Up?
Yeah.
How far?
When it says when,
When a
When?
new full-time firefighter is hired.
okay, that's good. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I don't know why anybody would abstain from
None of us are like
I
working for
know,
the fire department.
so I think that's wrong. I think there was a little confusion about abstaining versus being absent, and so I just want to double check what this vote was, if it was 7-0, 8-0, 6-0, because those have been generally our votes.
So it was not done last week. We're gonna check tomorrow.
No, this was early. This was a couple of votes ago.
No, that's not it.
My goal here tonight is to finish this, get everyone to approve this, and send this out tomorrow morning and not have to look at it again, except for to deal with the Article 5 stuff.
it. And well, how we're gonna handle that funding, the money from the state, that's TV.
Yeah, but that, yeah. So, I'm gonna roll down while you're doing that,
Yep,
Gary.
go ahead.
This is the one we need to take a vote. So this is the one, the road maintenance. We did not take a vote on this because the TNC money, the Transportation Network Company money, has not been, we don't know what that amount is. And Kelly is telling us we won't know until after this goes to print. So I want to take a vote on this. We already have the recommendation. So, thank you, Bob. Recommendation on this, but we don't have a vote.
You signed it.
Yeah, I did. And he followed the directions. So
We talked about it.
I think we need to do a motion that just says,
I'll
whatever
move-
that amount
Yeah,
is.
I'll move to approve,
It was 8-0.
Thank you. Go ahead. Bob.
I'll move to approve the $424,000 plus whatever the TNC money winds up being to be added at town meeting.
I'll second that as worded.
Okay, great.
It's really badly worded, but whatever.
Any discussion on that? Okay,
It's called, what's the acronym again? TNC?
TNC.
TNC.
Yeah,
It's not
Transportation
TNT.
Network
That'd be
Company.
bad.
If there's no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, do Yeah.
No,
good.
I'm sorry.
So easy to take these votes tonight.
Can I just, on the recommendation?
Yep.
There should be an and not a annual.
And annual, right?
Yes.
Okay. Everything else okay with this recommendation?
Yeah, thank you. Yep, yes.
All right, so when we cross that out, that we have to vote that one, that was the only one that I think I saw that,
Why are they all called Article 10? Can you enlighten me on that?
they're not.
No, I realize that.
Yeah, they're all.
But they are marked that way right now.
Because, yes, it's very confusing, because somebody actually asked me this question in COA. They're like, why are these all Article 10? It's just Article X, which means it's going to be Article 1, 2, 3, whatever, at some point.
I can explain that if you like.
Okay, Mike, go ahead.
So, once we know which articles have been unanimously voted by the entire select board and entire finance committee, then we can form our consent agendas. And those will most likely move up to the beginning, not into the special, but to the beginning of the annual town meeting, and then we'll be able to number them. If we were to number them now, we'd be renumbering everything that gets moved into a consent.
So, Mike, every article that is unanimous by the select board and the finance committee will be in the consent agenda?
Yeah.
Unless it's bonding.
Right,
And
unless
unless,
it's 2/3.
and unless there seems to be some, overwhelming need for the community to discuss it, so, it's something controversial. But generally, if the FinCom and Select Board vote unanimously, it's generally not going to be, something of contentious. The other thing is, once we move them into a consent, we don't even know exactly which consent, they'll whether it be capital consent or whatever.
Okay,
That's
all right.
why they're not numbered yet, but as soon as we get the rest of these votes in, then we'll be able to number all the articles. And I know that's late for, for purposes of the select board and FinCom, because you've gone through all this work of dealing with a very awkward warrant.
Yeah, it would be, maybe we can talk about some system that makes it easier. This not having these articles numbered is just, when you're comparing the articles and things are changing, it's a little painful. So maybe for next year, we can come up with a system that makes it just slightly easier.
Yeah, I agree, because it's hard and frustrating for me to work through this as well, because I'm going through these every single day, and
Right.
it's difficult.
Okay. All right, so closed completed articles, general fund, we voted this, and we unanimously recommend it. We good with that?
Yep.
Okay, Article 2, so those articles were in STM, so now we're on to the regular town meeting. Receive reports.
And look, this got an article number.
Because it's always 2. No, it's always 3, always, the first 5 always have their numbers.
Can you give me a document name? Because you sent them all, you sent out a bunch of documents, so what document?
It's the,
Receive reports.
no, not receive reports, I didn't send that out. It's the draft warrant.
Okay,
I sent that out this afternoon after I incorporated our stuff.
right.
You see it?
3/19/24. It's draft warrant
I got
3/19/24.
3/5, that's
You got the
okay.
wrong one, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, receive reports, I didn't even bother writing anything up on that, because we recommended it. Same thing on set salaries.
Yep.
But the tax impact on set salaries is reflected in Article 5, so I thought that was enough, right? I didn't remember how we did that in years past. Article 4, Becky sent this. These are so long. The wording in some of this has changed. Rajon sent it out earlier. But I think it's just cleanup kind of stuff, not anything substantial. So our votes, and then are we all good with the way this,
Are we gonna leave the strikeouts where they are?
They always do.
They do.
So you can see it.
Okay, okay.
get rid of that. Are we all good with this?
Yep.
Okay. I'm a little confused, Becky, because you put FinCom recommends 7-0, but I had 8-0 in there.
Oh,
from-
that's fine.
Okay,
Maybe because I forgot that we did that first. and I-
okay, all right, so I'm gonna go back to this too and change that.
Except, was it 8-0 when we did the regular personnel, the first, I mean, vote 2, the COLA, we took a long time ago. I'm not so sure with vote 1, were we all present for that?
I had it as 8-0, so.
Oh, you had, okay, if you had it,
Give me a second.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, because if the COLA was just done now,
no, the
No,
COLA we did a while ago.
We did the COLA a while ago. We did the COLA, well, we voted it last week.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying.
the actual vote was last week.
See, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
we voted it, put it, in we discussed it.
8-0, both.
Both are 8-0, thank you.
That was the March 5th meeting.
Okay, thank you. And again, that tax impact is in the budget. And Mike, that was a follow-up question. All of the changes and all of the rates are budgeted, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, great, thank you. Article 5, we
wait,
don't,
I'm sorry, before we go on that,
yeah,
on the, Mike, on the chart that we have, like, grade 16, did we clean that up? I don't think we did, right?
wait, which chart, so I can bring it up?
Yeah, we're looking at, I think this is the one we just talked about, yeah.
Article 4,
No, I
the
understand,
salary inserts,
but there's stipend charts and then there's the
grade
compensation.
16 he's talking about.
Great, the very
Are you
first one.
talking,
Grades, that one, the one you want, yep. Because I thought there was some discussion about, at the grade 16, the assistant to lieutenant exempt versus non-exempt. It's where we only have the $89,000. Were we gonna clean that up?
yes, and I know that I spoke with Rajon about that yesterday. He's waiting for an answer from council on the questions on exempt and non-exempt.
So we will have two rows in that section then? Is that correct?
Well,
On
councils.
on the grade 16 we're looking at?
Yeah,
It depends if they're, I believe those are both, yes, you're correct, those will be different, just like they are.
okay, as long, but we're waiting for council advice on this?
But it's gonna be the same amount.
Yeah, it was actually a different one, I think, that there was a question about the exempt language, and it was the recreation
Yeah.
Can
position
you see how that is?
Article
and,
14,
and the,
grade 14.
Right.
there were two other positions, and that's the language we're waiting back from council. It wasn't back by 5 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Can I ask you, if they determine they're all exempt, then do we get rid of the hourly rate and you just like take the salaried rate and divide?
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't change our vote. Okay, Article 5, the select board did quite a recommendation.
Yes, they did.
I don't know if you read this. It's quite the recommendation. So our recommendation is gonna come under our report, and then we'll put our vote in there.
Rita, can you just hit the plus sign in the lower right corner? One.
Bigger?
Yes, please. Thank you.
So we really, don't.
Who wrote this?
Who wrote this? I don't know. It wasn't Kristen. I do know that because I texted her and said, "Good God, did you write this recommendation?" And she said, "No." It's a lot. It's
What's a boiling point?
it's a little bit flowery. It's a little bit, I don't know. It's a lot. So,
I think, well, we can't comment on their recommendations.
well, we can just say it's a lot. We can't tell them what to write. I
Yeah.
think that, paragraphs about,
Okay.
recognition and jeopardizing continuity and quality. I just feel like it picks up a lot of old stuff.
So
that's not
what do we
necessary.
want to say then here? Do we say anything here?
We generally just put the vote in and we say what we want to say in our
In the
report.
report, yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what
So
we're
we
going to
don't
do.
reference the select.
Do we need to
board.
vote this?
We can't.
All right, we haven't finished.
We have to,
Yeah,
we don't
okay,
have the
yeah,
numbers
yeah,
from the
okay.
region yet. So, that'll be next, so we'll stick the vote in next week and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, well, I got a spelling issue I need to deal with. Yep,
But they
chapter-
only, they commented on, they had lots of comments about the school, but we're talking about the town operating budget.
but their school budget's in there.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. That's the whole deal.
Right, and my understanding is that these recommendations, they're gonna discuss them and vote them on Monday night, so perhaps that will change, but. Not
Well,
my
somebody
monkey,
should
not my
remember,
circus.
we're paying per page of printing. So maybe they should like, be a little more precise.
Put in a QR code. There you go.
There you go.
Put a QR code on the page.
Okay,
Cost of this
Cheap.
page per average taxpayer.
that's what we need to figure out. Okay, chapter 90, FinCom recommends. We good with that?
Yep.
Okay. And is that free cash? Oh, no, that's just reimbursement, so there's no tax impact. Okay. 50,000 in free cash, 150 in stabilization. This is for OPEB. Am I comfortable with this?
Yeah, I would just suggest, and maybe Kelly's gonna go through and make all the fonts all the same, but that's.
She usually does that,
Yeah,
yeah.
fonts.
Because I had 5 different
Yeah, I know.
fonts going. So she usually goes through and does that. God bless her. Okay, assessor, this is raise and appropriate.
That works.
Okay, and then I've got the tax implication.
Do you want a period at the end of that statement? Sorry.
Probably, nope, I do, thank you, I was trying to rush to make sure I got all of this incorporated, because by the time I got this today, and, so. That's actually why
I thought I
I'm,
had more than that, but okay, maybe I didn't.
I wrote this one.
Wait, who did
You wrote
this?
this? I thought I
What we're
wrote
looking
it,
at,
but
this one,
okay.
sorry.
stand by. The MS4, no, I don't think you did, Gary.
This is the sword, MS4 is the swords.
But it's well, I don't know, I thought it was planning, so I think maybe.
So
a bunch
Becky
of us
wrote,
it.
Finance Committee recommends, this is your recommendation that's up there. This is an unfunded mandate, the tax impact will be.
Oh, okay.
Well, when you sent me out the chart, you had my name associated with it.
Oh, so you wrote it too?
Yeah.
So
The only change I would make, I would say the
how do I get back
FinCom
to my
reluctantly
original document?
Wait, no,
approves.
the MS4 was Gary.
Oh, well, sorry, Gary.
It's okay. No,
Accidentally. hold
I'm
on.
okay with that. I would just
There we go.
like to add in
Yeah, go ahead.
that the FinCom reluctantly approves. Because it's an unfunded state mandate.
Oh, before that.
No, the recommendation, I would say the FinCom Finance Committee reluctantly recommends 8-0.
No, go back farther to like where it's all bolded.
The Finance Committee.
Reluctantly recommends,
Okay, how do I spell reluctant?
if you're okay with this. and
Okay,
this is
go
a-
ahead.
And I would say this
No,
is an
how do I spell it?
unfunded state mandate.
Statement, yeah.
Reluctant. How am I spelling this?
LY, you need an LY.
I'm totally,
Assuming everyone's okay with that.
That's fine.
no, that's wrong.
RELUCT.
I'm completely,
Right.
there we go. Recommends, okay. And,
Unfunded state mandate.
Yeah,
do you want me to make it bigger letters or anything, Gary?
No.
this is an unfunded state mandate.
Okay, state.
And then we're in agreement.
I actually think state's probably supposed to be capitalized, maybe I'm wrong.
The S should be capitalized, yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
you are welcome, and I'm sorry I
Geez,
made
look, I
you.
wrote something I didn't
Okay.
need to. It was so hard.
Okay, cable services, this is Gary. And this should say no tax impact someplace, I
It
don't know
does,
if it.
well, it does say no tax
Right
impact,
at the end, right at the end.
although I'm not sure that's where you want it, but
No.
do you want it underneath so people can see it, so they
Yeah,
don't
I
like
would
call
se-
you out?
Yeah, separate
Yep.
line.
Put a period at the end of town meetings.
Yep. Okay, revolving fund. Wow,
How can it be 801?
again,
That's not possible.
that's not possible.
Because there aren't that many of us.
I know, and I'm telling you, some of these votes went out different than they came back.
Okay.
I think this was 8-0, Gary, can
Yeah,
you
Paul.
double check that?
Checking now.
Thank you.
Oh, and there's a mistake in my minutes, by the way, from last time. I talked about the ambulance being a revolving fund, it's a reserve fund.
Yes, that's what Mike said, it was a reserve fund.
Which one is, this is the revolving funds?
Yeah.
Department revolving fund expense limits.
I wonder if we did this 2 meetings ago.
All right, I'm gonna keep scrolling while you do
Keep
that.
going.
The next one is police and fire injury coverage, free cash. Becky, did you do this one?
I don't remember.
I think you did this one.
8-0 revolving.
8-0, okay, thank you.
Yes, actually, I did now that I'm looking at it.
Are we good with the way this reads? And is that correct, Mike? That is correct, that all funds received from the insurance company will flow into free cash? It doesn't flow into this account, right?
I don't think it goes to free cash either.
Where would it go?
Let me double check. I thought it went back into the general.
Oh, so the general fund, that makes more sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be general fund.
Okay.
That's why, maybe that's why this didn't look right to me.
I think you want the general fund.
Into the general fund, okay. If that's, we'll just double check that. If that's not correct, just let me know. We can just change that to wherever it goes.
Will do.
Okay, thanks. Let's see, police department, vehicle, marked cruisers, so, just take a look at this, and I will tell you that, apparently sustainability is also gonna vote on.
So is this true that they've suspended manufacturing of hybrid?
For right now. I talked to the chief on
Oh, they
last
did?
Monday. Yeah, they're not, nothing's going forward right now,
So that's,
so.
so that's an easy decision.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So the one we ordered last year is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
even hasn't even hit the assembly line yet.
So are they gonna, turn that one into a gas?
I don't know. That I didn't talk to him about, but I do know that he said that they've just stopped, they suspended all,
Is it because of reliability or just
I don't know
lack
that
of
either.
demand?
I went down to find out how many hours and stuff the cruiser had on it, and then he told me this, and I was like, okay,
It
well.
may just because so many mechanical issues,
Yeah.
because every agency that has a Ford is complained about, it being a hybrid.
So what do we say?
And I don't want to be that person who said, I told you so, but I may have said, we should wait a few years for hybrids to make sure they're good.
Or buy a Toyota.
Huh?
Or buy a Toyota, right?
Honda.
Okay. So
All right,
this is
let's
good.
not go down
I honestly don't. I really don't know.
Okay. Police Department mobile terminals.
Gasoline.
I assume that's fine?
So
Okay.
it should be reason stated above, just for consistency, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Stated above.
Yeah, but see, you had 5 different people writing these, so
I
something.
did, so,
We just
but,
want to be consistent.
That's fine, we'll be consistent when we do
Yep.
this, that's fine.
animal control officer truck.
You knew I changed to above there also, because I did the summary.
You don't need the all.
For the reasons.
Yeah, the word
The
all,
reasons,
yeah.
yeah, take all out.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless you guys stop me, I'm just gonna keep scrolling. Okay, so this is the professional services, raise and appropriate, and free cash.
Oh, my goodness,
Wow.
look at,
I know.
now it's gonna take us a while to read.
Yes, Gary did this, because I think it's important, right? Because
Well,
we
it
had
is.
to, like,
Good to me.
I'm okay with it, I'm okay with it. My only question is, do we want to leave that last line in? Because are people going to say, I don't care? I would prefer it be in there, but just,
I think we leave it in there, because then, you know.
We had an OPM for Liberty Fields though, too, so could we just maybe change it to the finance committee seeing tremendous benefit every time a
Change
large,
it any way you want.
a large project,
has taken place.
The Finance Committee saw tremendous benefits from an OPM on previous projects?
On
construct-
previous
Yeah,
projects,
that's fine,
both
yeah.
in town and at the region.
Yes, that's fine, I like that, yeah, that's good.
I'm not sure we want to get into that, because I would say that it's almost a given that there will need to be an OPM for a project like this. And if you start saying we saw benefits of not doing it or not doing it, then it becomes a matter of choice, which I don't think it really is. So
Yeah.
you're sort of laying out that you open the door to a discussion, and, oh, do we need an OPM or don't we,
Oh,
at town meeting? Whereas if you say there'll be an OPM,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, you're gonna make it look like we're on the wall, on the fence as to whether we
Yeah.
have one or not.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You okay with that, Gary?
Right,
That's fine.
Well, like I said, my point was, I just didn't want to reference at West Acton, because.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then you would strike the words after "it should be noted."
Just strike the last sentence.
Well, the whole
Just,
line,
it
the
should
whole
be
two
line.
noted,
sentences,
higher
yeah.
OPM at this stage is extremely
starts at-
important.
I'd stop, I struck the whole last two sentences, I struck.
And then with the word.
Well, wait, though, because,
I do think we have to hire an OPM.
Yeah, so we're,
Where it says that.
yeah, we
These funds include the hiring of an.
but at this
OPM.
stage, so I think it's saying that hiring them now is important because
right,
we're gonna use them to help us search and hire an architectural.
right, but after defined in the presentation, then it stops. Take out the last two sentences.
Right,
No,
so I agree with Tony, that don't even open up the door anymore. Like,
I don't agree.
get rid of the last two
I
sentences.
think we should leave that sentence in there.
You were the
Could I
second to last
suggest
sentence then?
something?
Yeah, it should be
I
noted.
think Mike's got something.
Mike, you got something?
Yeah, I think the sentence you've got there is good, and if you wanted a second sentence, you could put something that's less of an opinion and more factual, which is, it is a municipal best practice to use an OPM for all school and major,
Town builds.
town projects.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I think that's perfect,
Yeah, that's better.
yeah. Then it's like, it's a given then, basically.
Right, it's right,
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
you just said, it's a given, there's no.
Yeah.
And now I want to ask a question, because, and Mike, can you help me with this, maybe? Do we want to take and put what this money's going to be used for and put it up at the top
Building
instead of the Stowe Road, the whole discussion about Stowe Road at the top? Because
Yeah,
I'm afraid
large building.
I mean, I don't know. I'm worried the Stowe Road, like, may go down a snake pit if we start with that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
I don't care. I
What are you
wrote
saying?
what I thought was the right thing to write.
I know,
wanted to give a little bit of history. I know I keep hearing people say, why not the old station where
I
it
know.
is? I want to provide a little history that we've looked for 3 years for property. I mean, if you want to move things around,
I was just
What
saying, I
were you
didn't know if we wanted to change to prepare the project for a future ATM. There may, I don't know if we want to put something about what the 500,000 is going for, because it's not going for the land.
But it's a defined above, isn't it? There's all these bullet
To
points
prepare
above.
the project for future, this funds will include hiring OPM base designs, hiring the architectural firm, and additional land work on Stowe Road property.
But I mean, the whole beginning starts with Stowe Road, so that's why I was wondering if we want to start with something. I mean, I have no problem with all of this. I just wonder if we want to make it so that we're really clear what the 500,000 is going for.
But there's a list of bullet points above.
Oh, can you go up, Maria?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, yeah, okay,
And Becky, to your point,
yeah,
I don't think we should put it in, because we're gonna get questioned on it anyways.
okay, that's fine.
The only thing I would say, Gary, is after close to 3 years, how about after close to 7 years?
fine.
I mean, we've been looking at this
How about
project
10
for
years? Hasn't it like
10
It's not the
years.
project that was specifically looking, my comment was about looking for a parcel on.
Right, so we started the project, we were the snag group.
Yeah, but my
Which is
understanding, my
terrible.
recollection was Stag was always at the current.
That was
remember
at the
looking
current,
anywhere
right,
else.
we were not looking, so that was the original, 10 years ago, that was the original 3-year group. Then we went into, okay, we got those drawings, and the only way to do that was gonna be a public safety building, it was super expensive, the
that's-
water,
Yeah, so that's 7 years.
the
I think
setback, so it's 7 years
Okay.
that we've been looking for properties.
Then change to 7.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's when the HTC gets hired.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that people understand that
I'm
we,
seeing Stowe Road
we
anywhere in
need
this article.
a fire station, and
scanning
getting
it.
like caught up
I
in
don't
the
see
Stowe
Stowe
Road
Road
versus
anywhere.
not Stowe Road,
Yeah.
we need a
Must have
fire
missed
station.
Yeah.
It is appalling, the
Right?
condition that we have our firefighters
Yep.
living in.
I'm scanning, I admit, I'm not
Yeah,
reading the whole
yeah,
thing.
it's on here.
Oh,
Can I don't know
Oh, down
if
here,
the
sorry.
acronym BBC
There
is
it is,
referred
I'm
to
sorry.
above, but if it hasn't been, can you just put it right next to the first use of the Boxborough Building Committee? Right there would be great.
Which one?
Just put BBC.
Oh, BBC, okay.
Oh, good point, yeah.
Yeah.
Missed that.
Okay.
Cool.
Right, so we're good with this.
The only thing that's changing from the original is you're striking that last line.
And adding.
No, I added.
Oh, and the
It
one-
it
yeah,
is
yeah,
a
yeah.
municipal best practice to use an OPM for
Yes,
large
that's
building
correct.
projects.
Yeah.
Okay. Fire department ambulance, which, and you'll notice we did, as Gary said, it wasn't a revolving account, it's a reserve account. And just so that we understand, Mike talked to council on this. In 2 years, when we have to actually pay for this thing, if we have $475,000 in this reserve fund, what we would do is go back to town meeting and change this vote from a split reserve amount, bonding amount, to all reserve amount.
Sort of like what we do with the Sergeant Road.
Sergeant
property.
Road, yes, because we've got to show the bonding, because we don't have the money. In order to order it, we got to show that we have the money. So the bonding is part of that, right? You
So
can't,
last week, I recommended that we make 100% bonding, and then with some wording that we would use the reserve fund to fill when it comes up.
Right,
Are we
and
saying
then-
that's not going to work?
yeah, so what Mike said was, council suggested we stick with this, but then go back right before. So let's say we order this and it's gonna come in July, we go to that May town meeting and just basically put the same thing in and just say, we're changing this from a split reserve account bonding to full reserve account funds. And who's gonna say no to that? Right?
So we can go back and change a
Yeah.
town meeting?
Of course you can, as long as the town meeting's doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're the legislative body, so they
The
can change.
concern I have, not against Mike, but are we going to remember this 2 years from now? That we have to go back to town meeting and do a change?
Well, look, you're gonna be our minute keeper,
Hey,
so
Mike.
you're gonna remember.
Hey, Mike, are you gonna remember 2 years from now, we gotta go back and make this change before we pay for the ambulance?
Yes.
Right
And
answer.
There's a
the
sticky note
problem
on his
is,
computer right now.
yeah, the problem is, even if we put language in this article that said, you know, by the time we get there, we'll be able to fund it all with reserve, you know, ambulance reserve, and voted to fully bond it now, we would still have to go and appropriate the transfer from the reserve account to fund it, so it still needs a future town meeting action.
Okay. Are we good with the recommendation itself?
Yes.
Yep.
And I actually like that at the very end, we wrote the final amount to be borrowed will be much lower.
Yeah.
Like maybe zero.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Onward. Human Services Director. So we were split on this. Tony wrote the majority. No, Tony wrote the minority. The majority of FinCom does not recommend. Did I capture what the no votes were? While the structure may make sense in the long run financially, this is not the year. There needs to be a comma there. This is not the year to do it.
Fair enough.
Well, I wasn't sure, and so I kind of put this in here because I felt like this was a safe, but if you guys want me to expound on it, you guys got to tell me what to write.
The only thing I would, because it gets confusing, and maybe in that first one where it says the majority of the finance committee does, can we bold or capitalize the word not recommended?
Well, it's already bolded, so you have to capitalize. No. At the at the top, right, where it says.
No, in the red.
Oh, in the red, sorry, okay.
No, in the red, the down in the under the recommendations.
Yeah, okay.
Right there, yeah, Maria, where you had the word not right there.
Yeah, I just
So he
could
just italicized it.
because I don't know if we can bold it in the
That's-
final version of it, you know what I mean, so
It
we do it
just a
tells.
little confusing.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all. That's all.
Are we comfortable with just that language, or do you want me to make that, do you want me to add something else to it, John, Becky, George?
You want
I
to
know
say something
people-
about the fact that we were looking at a level services, and that's one of the issues we had?
So I
with it?
started to go down that rat hole, but it was like all of a sudden this one little thing became really big. And then, because then I was like,
No, I
okay,
was just saying, right at the end, financially, this is not the year to add this as we wanted to be a level service budget.
But there's lots of other.
but there's other things that aren't level service that we
Yeah.
did vote for.
Yeah.
So that's why that was the rat hole I started to go
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I was like, you know,
I also think that if we're gonna do it, I mean, we should wait till we have the community services coordinator, or not the recreational coordinator, because maybe that's the person who would like bubble up to the top, right, or whatever, but you'll have 3 people, so I guess my feeling is this isn't the year, and I wouldn't go any, that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only other issue is just the people that report up to this position aren't full-time, or it's not 3 solid positions.
That's what I think, we'll talk to you on time for that. I mean,
Yeah, if somebody asks, we can talk.
okay. Versus putting it in there. You good with that?
Fine with me.
Okay. George, you good with it?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, cool. And then for those yes people, Tony did that. Are you guys good with what he wrote?
Do you want to change your vote at all? Now you've read that, do you want to change your vote, anybody?
No, but it's well written. It's well written, Tony. Are we good?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, cool. All right, recreation addition to human services staff. Tony wrote, Gary wrote this, it's a revolving fund,
One needs to be funded, right?
being funded, funding. Thank you.
I don't understand the word of.
Should be human services staff.
Right, wait, the finance committee recommends
Okay, the addition
the
to
addition.
the human services staff,
Yeah, yep.
which is being funded? It's being funded by a revolving account for the recreation support, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, you gonna put that in there? Yeah.
okay.
Is it revolving fund or revolving account? What's the right word there?
Mike, revolving fund or revolving account?
Use revolving fund as well.
Good question.
I think it's fund, but
I do too. It's a
Okay.
revolving fund.
if it's not, we'll change it.
Wait, what was the vote on that?
7-0.
7-0.
Wait, can we
Oh,
just,
okay, yeah, sorry.
the addition to the human services staff, which is being funded by the route for the support of recreational programming or something, for recreation support,
Why are we adding the funding source in the recommendation? Isn't the vote truly on the staff position itself?
Yeah.
Yes and no. I'm not sure if this was, given that we wanted to be, for me, the reason this was an easy vote is because it was coming out of the revolving fund. If it were coming out of the, if we were raising taxes on this, I'm not sure I would have voted for this position.
Right, but you're seeing it at a technical level. To the populace, what are they voting on? They're voting on the staff position, right?
Yeah, I guess technically.
and it says up at the top of the
Right.
recommendation where it gives the funding source.
And
Okay,
we don't-
so,
For consistency's sake, I don't think we mentioned that in all the other recommendations either.
okay, so,
You can just say the reasons stated above, actually, I mean.
okay,
my-
that's what I was
my-
gonna say. If we're gonna do that, then we
Yeah.
need to go with the reason stated
Yeah,
above,
yeah,
because
yeah.
we're gonna wordsmith this to death
Yeah,
and get
right,
there
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. Are you okay with that, Gary?
Gary?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Oh, the strong yes.
That one I was kind of, I just grabbed some words.
I think where they're majority unanimous verdicts, that
Yeah.
the stated above can be, is in most cases, okay, I think.
I mean, plus there's no tax.
But
impact.
Yeah.
here's the other thing is, I think when RecCom voted this, I bet you 2 people didn't abstain. I
They
think 2
didn't.
people were absent.
No,
They
I
were
think
absent,
Kelly's
that's
gonna
correct.
follow up with that.
Okay.
Because that's what came out of my conversation with her
Okay,
on some of our votes as well.
all right.
So that's gonna get confusing to people.
Well, Kelly's gonna clean it up.
fix it.
So I guess for a general question, if people are absent,
We just don't count them.
right, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
just
right
don't
here,
count.
Finance Committee, 700. That means 7 of us were present. Because one person was missing, their vote doesn't count.
Right,
We
right.
don't
You shouldn't
account
put-
for them.
Right, you shouldn't put an absent
So
count.
I talked to Kelly about that today, because that was part of the problem with our votes. Because she said we have some votes that are 6-0, we have some that are 8-0. And she's like, you don't have people coming on and off the board. And I explained that that is actually for abstentions, not for absence. So she's gonna go back through. Our vote should be right. I wanna make sure our votes are right. She's gonna go back through and look at that. Okay, adding benefits, for the reasons listed above. We good with that?
Yeah.
Stated above or this?
Oh, yeah, stated above. Thank you. Okay, so next year, when you send out that thing that says give
Period.
recommendations, send out the tagline that you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
everyone to write.
I think we got,
Period.
I think we got an editor on our.
Okay,
fact sheet.
associate planner,
No, just personally, no, picky.
I thought this was, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Emergency management training. Again, can you check this vote for me, Bob, Gary? Because it says 601, and did you abstain, Bob?
Oh,
Yes,
wait, oh.
Bob
Oh, you did,
Yes,
Bob
I-
did
yes.
abstain. Okay, never mind.
That's what- yes.
Because you're on this committee.
This is the one I did abstain from, yes, that is
Okay.
correct. This is
All
the
right.
one I did abstain from, yes, so
Okay.
that's probably right.
Yep, that is right then, okay. Are we good with the rest of this?
Yep.
Okay,
Is that minus sign supposed to be there?
Where?
0.01 cent
Oh,
per 1,000?
I think it's supposed to be less than, right?
oh, yes, it was supposed to be there.
But it's
No,
supposed-
no, no,
you
no,
put
no,
less than
no, it
sign.
wasn't, no, it wasn't, it's fine, no, it
It's
wasn't,
fine.
yeah. Okay,
Wait, oh, wait.
on the one for
Hold on,
the
hold on, what?
emergency management training. How much is it?
No, he did
Also-
that already.
Yeah, they're giving you numbers, would it? Yeah.
Right? So it's 2,500,
So what's, it says 2,500.
yeah.
Yeah, it's either a penny or less than a penny.
That was, yeah, it was like, it was, the number 0 rounded to the nearest cent.
So maybe the minus sign was supposed to be there?
So if you,
I think
It
you
should
need to do a
be- it
less
should
it's,
have
than
been
it's
sign.
point-
0.0014. So yeah, so it's like
Point
tenth of a-
zero
it's like a tenth of a
zero
cent.
14, okay.
So
I just put in 0014.
okay,
I would have put a less than
Yeah, I would just do less than.
dollar sign 01.
yeah.
Less
yeah.
than 1 penny.
You know, the,
Don't get mad.
Less than 1 cent. I'd say less than 1 cent.
Driving me freaking crazy. Driving me freaking crazy.
Sorry.
All right, I haven't done less, which way am I
It's,
doing?
shift, comma,
Shift, comma.
The
Okay.
whale.
There you go,
points
you
to-
got it.
dollar sign
Your mouth, you know, like it's like,
101. Yep, that's it.
Okay, there we go. Good lord. Okay. I'm hoping this isn't a legitimate blank page, because I don't remember that earlier today, so we're just gonna keep moving. Library,
okay,
Yeah.
you
okay.
need a period.
Period.
Is that where we put the no tax impact all the time, right there?
Yeah, underneath our
Underneath
recommendation.
ours,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And there's, the recommendation is growing, because now we have the capital committee that's recommending on everything. So usually it's like the select board and the finance committee, and yeah, so,
Fine.
same thing, next one. And they need a period.
Where you know, well booster?
Yeah, yeah.
We need a period on this one.
Someday I want to find out what that is.
You're gonna find out if they ever need it again, because we're gonna have Fran come and talk to us about it.
Okay. I just can't even imagine what it is exactly.
Okay, this is, the COA actually did vote on this, and they voted to approve it. Seems, some of these select board recommendations are like a little bit long for like something pretty simple, so, but, good for them. I didn't have the energy for it. Okay, on CPC, on this one, I didn't put anything in there, because it's just recommending, we're not gonna talk about for the reasons stated above. I mean, it is
Yeah.
what it is. It's a report out, right?
So we don't say we're not coming?
No, it's like we
What do we
recommend.
say on article number 2, here reports? Do we say anything there?
No, same thing.
Same thing?
I didn't say anything
So
on
we
that
track.
either. Because it's very similar, yeah.
Good.
Yep. Okay, and this is the BRAP thing, John, that you were, I think, asking about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and are we good with this recommendation that Becky wrote?
That's great. Yep.
Okay,
The only question I have is, nope, it's gone, never mind, never mind. No,
Okay.
I don't have a question.
The trust. Oh, I suppose I should have done for the reasons listed above on this one, huh?
Yeah, I thought I did that.
You may have.
You just didn't put it in?
It's possible. Listen, I was trying to hammer this out. I had less than an hour to do this. Stated above.
You did good.
Thank
You've done
you.
good. Tony, tell her she did good. She's gonna slam you next year.
Okay, let's see. On the playground project,
Yeah, we may need to finesse these numbers and stuff, because I wasn't really
the
sure.
numbers are right. I double-checked the
Okay.
numbers. Actually, and it didn't, I'm sorry, that's 34,000. Can we read this and make sure we're all on the same page with this? And then for those of you on the capital committee, you voted to approve this in capital and not on the FinCom, which you can do because it's a capital need and it's two different committees. You're voting it for two different reasons, so.
Well, remember, the capital committee is also made up of select board and FinCom and the TA,
Right.
Yeah,
and assistant TA, so.
And it's a matter of what,
but two of us voted, yeah.
two of you voted for it on capital committee
Yep.
and against it
Yeah.
here.
At the
so-
time, we didn't, well, for one thing, at the time, we didn't know that the school was putting in, the region was putting in funds.
Yeah.
Right.
We didn't know that there was going to be a decrease. I mean, the reason we voted against it was because
They didn't decrease
they
it.
didn't decrease the numbers.
Right.
Well, the capital committee, we didn't know that at the
Right.
time.
Yep, no, I got it. I just want to, in case somebody questions it, that's all.
Do you think anyone was going to question it, really, town meeting?
I wouldn't, I might, because if you know the makeup of the capital committee, but
Yeah.
most people don't know the makeup of the capital committee, so they may
Yeah.
not, you know? So are we good with this recommendation, though, as written?
Yeah, just put a comma after decrease,
After
right below
decrease,
the 34,000.
34,000. And you want a comma after that?
Right below it, right after.
Oh, right below it. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, that makes more sense to me.
I would get rid of the word "a" budget. It's in both budgets.
Is it in both budgets? I thought it was just in A.
I looked the other week and it was
Right.
on both.
His-
Oh, okay,
yeah,
all right.
And we had asked Adam, actually,
right,
as
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
I thought that was the Hager well we asked
34,000
Adam
from the
about. Okay.
district capital fund, period.
I think that last sentence where it says regional project, that's not very clear. It should be ABRSD project or something like that. 'Cause
Okay.
what does regional mean? So sometimes
I also feel that since this is a
regional sort of like colloquial, isn't it, really? So,
Yep.
ABL,
regional
RSS.
school district.
Yeah,
And I would say instead of money for the funds.
Okay, yeah.
Where would
Okay, are we good?
hold on.
Also, I left when that
Yes.
vote was being taken, so the vote
Maria,
was against.
in the last line, after the word project, before
On
the
the,
word the, there should be a
playground.
comma.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, after the word project, last line, project.
There.
Comma.
You did, you were on your way, you were in between here and there.
No, I
But,
remember that.
yeah. Are you okay with that, or you want me to take another vote? I can take a vote now if you want me to.
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm totally happy with this vote. I do
Oh,
not-
okay, all right,
I do not
okay.
need to add more votes to it.
Okay.
I'm all good.
All right, Flara Meadows, Community Garden.
You probably need to change this for all the reasons stated above.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Gary, can you check this vote? Because
Yeah, I-
technically,
I
this is
should've-
AdCom, so Becky and I both should have, both of us should have,
Abstained.
thank you.
I'm quite certain I did.
I'm pretty sure you both did.
So it should be 7-0, no,
It should be
5-0-2,
502.
5-0-2.
Okay.
So
Dash 0.
can we recheck the vote on the school budget, just to make sure that,
Hold on a second.
Where's that?
402.
4?
I think that's when George left
Oh, that's
before
right.
you
You
called back
missed
in.
What are we talking about now? Are we talking about the,
Yeah,
Okay.
Last week, you left here.
Yep,
no,
okay.
no, I didn't vote on this fence.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I don't remember this fence.
You didn't. It was when you, before you dialed back in on
Can you,
remote.
can you tell
Right.
me, John, what
402.
do you want me to
no,
double check?
half, seriously, all these votes are changing, right? So is there documentation on what we voted on the school budget?
Maybe in the minutes.
Wait, the assessment?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
assessment.
that was
That's
already
in the
done. We
minutes
double
because-
checked that. We double checked that already.
Okay.
When we voted it, and then we had him check.
And that actually won't even be in the warrant.
That's not in the
because they
warrant.
do
And that's
the
not in the
whole
warrant,
Yeah.
right.
Thing in the warrant.
Right. And we're gonna vote again for the total budget, which will include the school assessment next week, once we have their final number. Okay. Cemetery, for all the reasons.
Okay.
Becky,
should
this
be-
was like a combination of you, me.
Okay, but again, I abstained on this one.
Okay, for all the reasons stated above.
Yeah.
Above.
So it should be 601. It would,
Okay,
501.
501.
5-0-1. Okay. That may have been me. That may have been me. I don't know. Okay. We're getting there, kids. We're almost there. You guys good with this one?
Yeah. So she's got 6 zeros sometimes and some 600 in some cases. Should we, what's the correct way to?
So this is going to be, I'm going to talk to Kelly tomorrow. Usually she goes in and she makes it all consistent. She
Yeah.
does all the consistent fonts. She cleans up kind of where it needs to be.
Yeah.
She'll say to me, I'm adding a period here, that kind of thing.
Right.
So
So
she
I-
does
To
this.
answer your question, if you've got some with 3 digits in it, I think you should have all of them.
Yes.
with 3
Yeah,
digits.
exactly,
Yes.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So maybe you could add a 0 to that,
Okay,
so it doesn't get missed.
okay.
So did Donnie leave any notes
And then we'll get,
when I read about the cemetery? I always think of Donnie
Oh,
Morris.
oh,
And, you know, like he didn't write stuff down, is what I was always told.
Yes,
and
this is true.
it's a lot of
We're
reasons.
gonna get this, I'm gonna get this back when she updates it and
Should it have
posts
been
it.
reason stated above, or reason, was there only one reason above?
For the reasons stated above, reasons stated above. Okay.
Why do we care, actually? What's wrong with saying summary some of the time and above some of the time? Does it really matter?
Just keep it consistent. It's better if it's consistent. It's more professional.
Yeah.
It looked like we took English.
Okay, and then this one, you want to take a look and make sure we're all good with this?
Line 3, personnel is spelt incorrectly. And the second time it's spelt,
Oh, yeah.
Personal.
Wait, the second time, yeah,
second time.
yeah. Right. Okay.
So I don't understand, the new strategy is to fund the warrant articles each year. How about just to keep the fund, like, we only add money to it if we've expended it all, right?
It's not a fund. They're warrant articles. So it's not a fund. We don't
Okay.
add to a fund. We just add a different new warrant article.
Okay.
I was just trying to provide guidance to the town that if there are enough funds in there, in the warrant articles, we will ask for something the following year.
Okay.
I think rather than saying we should state who
The town?
that it is. So I think the first we is the fire department will be able to outfit new employees.
Can I actually put BFD?
BFD, yeah. And the last sentence, which is we expect, I mean, who do we mean? Is that
Finance
Finance Committee? So Finance Committee expects.
Right.
Expects that there will be, expects with an S, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, I get that.
all right?
Yep.
Okay, town hall gutters and fascia. Is that good?
Yep.
Great. Exterior paint. Is that good?
Has the lid been, just out of curiosity, has the lid all been removed from the town hall in prior painting jobs, or,
The outside?
like, in other words, you don't have, we don't
So-
have to,
I think
you know.
the lead removal
We
was
covered
done
it.
the last
we
time.
don't have to cover it anymore, right?
In this room, this room was full of lead, and so this
Well, I meant
wainscoting covers it all.
Outside,
meant
they,
outside.
outside they covered it
Outside,
last
they
time.
covered
We
it
don't
last
have to
time.
do
they
that
need to-
anymore now,
No,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
all the lead should be gone.
Right.
We've done that. Okay, on this one, we're good? Hardware,
What do we do?
you guys good with this?
Yeah.
Which one is this one?
This is the PC part of this.
Hardware upgrades and replacements.
Gary, is this for printers too, or no?
I think the printers will be in the following, the other budget, the infrastructure budget.
So this is, okay, so
In reality, it could be,
that's my question.
in reality, it could be both. Depends on what, if it's a personal printer, I would
Yeah.
put in this one.
That's why I'm
If
wondering.
it's a more of a group town hall type
I
printer,
agree with you.
larger one,
Yeah, I agree with you.
copiers, those kind of things.
Right. So the purchase of replacement PCs, monitors, and no, I don't want to say personal printers, but,
Do you want to just flip-flop that last sentence? Will remain available next year if not consumed this year?
Flip it for,
I don't know, I just find that last part hard to understand.
by utilizing the
I agree, the
warrant
operating
for the
system, let's stick with
purchase
the
of the
hardware.
computers, the funds will remain available if
In the
not
future.
consumed in this fiscal year.
So I'm okay with switching those 3 or 4 to 2 phrases.
Tell me what two phrases you want to switch, though.
All right, cut, used in a future year, Control C,
Why am I control C in it?
copy.
Oh, copy it, okay. Oh, cut it, okay, I understand now, yep.
and you want to put that will remain available
Right there after available.
after the word available.
I can cut and paste.
I just like
Except
shortcuts.
you just like
Did I
messed
not
up the
do
E.
funds? All right, whatever. Will
The poor E
remain.
is like all by itself
Okay.
over there.
The funds will
I would get
remain
rid of the word
available.
used. Get rid of the word used,
In a
Okay.
will
future,
be available in a future year,
if not consumed,
get rid of the E, not consumed this year, and get rid of 2B.
Okay,
If not consumed in FY '24,
25.
25, yeah.
There's also an extra space after a year.
Right there.
Okay, if not consumed, you want to say FY
Yeah,
'25, which
yeah.
I actually like that too.
It's more specific.
FY '25, period, and then get rid of this. Yeah,
Yeah.
we good with that?
You're doing very
If
good.
not consumed in FY '25.
Say again?
in FY '25.
In FY '25.
Consumed in. Okay. All right, great. We have another computer one, which is even a longer one. So you guys look at this and tell me what you think.
Might try to explain the differences.
Yeah, and I think I think it actually confuses things more, Gary. I would say.
Okay.
I would say this article covers the town's infrastructure needs, excluding computers. Take out sentence 2 altogether. Well, not altogether. You need something about the big pieces in PC.
Okay. This article covers needs, and so instead of including the replacement of one and the one and only server, you want me to put in excluding computers.
It needs something like that.
This is specifically for the server for the police
It's the
department.
server.
And other
Can it
infrastructure.
be just more
No,
specific?
it's not, 'cause it's also for backup devices, networking devices, multi-user printers, etc. So we need to state up front what it's for, I think.
What, then,
Okay,
then-
so why don't we do that? So why don't we say this article covers the town's infrastructure needs,
Yeah,
including the replacement of, forget,
of the server.
we're gonna forget the one and only, we're just gonna say
Yeah.
replacement of the police server,
Yeah.
because it's police, right?
Yeah.
Police server,
And then backup devices, networking devices, multi-user printers, but excluding computers.
when you talk about
computers.
backup devices, you mean like disk drives, right?
backup devices.
I guess so.
Give me one more thing, what is it? Backup devices?
Networking devices,
Networking
multi-user printers.
devices.
And how is that? Repeat again how that's different from the prior article?
Printers.
Which was, I know those are
computers.
desktop computers and
And
stuff like that.
excluding,
This is not computers, this is all the other stuff.
and
Okay. All right, fair
excluding computers,
Desktop.
Yeah.
Desktop.
Desktop.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
computers. Period, and I'm getting rid of, okay, make sure you guys read that sentence and
Yeah.
tell me if you're happy with it.
Hey, Mike? Question?
Yes,
Do people have desktop computers and laptop computers?
some do.
Yeah,
Most people have one or the other, but there are some, like myself, I have both a laptop and a desktop.
Does everybody have a large display?
Yeah, they did that last year. They got multiple.
I don't believe that everyone does, but there are a lot of them.
Okay.
yeah, I mean, if you walk around downstairs, most people have like,
Two.
yeah. so. Okay, so what,
So okay, so then we can take out that sentence, the difference between the two.
all the way down to infrastructure?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then by utilising the warrant for the purchase of, it's not computers, it's really infrastructure. So replace computers with infrastructure.
Purchase of infrastructure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd get rid of the second sentence, that's duplicate.
Say again, Gary?
The second sentence, starting the tech infrastructure.
Yeah,
Third-
yeah,
third
that's
line
right.
halfway
Yeah.
through.
That's redundant now, yeah, you're right.
Wait, so
Get
tell
rid of
me.
that, all the way through, et cetera.
Yeah, that's it,
Cut that.
Okay,
yeah.
That fix spelling.
yeah, the funds will remain available, so that's the same thing.
If not consumed FY
If
'25,
not consumed. FY '25.
to be used in a future year.
The funds will remain available if not consumed and can be used, and can be used. In a future year, right?
Yeah,
In a future year. This article calls out a server, but while the title remains the same every year, we will only purchase replacement, okay.
yeah,
That's
we
a
should
lot.
specify who we
Do we,
is.
The
Oh.
town,
do we need that last statement?
I don't know, see, I think that last statement is sort of
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah.
well,
Right.
the issue is
yeah.
that the title of the warrant article stays the same every year. We're not buying a server every year. We're buying a server every 4 to 6 years. Unless you want to change the title in the future to infrastructure or something like that. But it's been server, the
Well,
title's been there for the last few years. It hasn't
Can you
changed.
just go back up to the title? It just says,
Does it matter?
oh, server and power supply.
Server and power supply.
That title hasn't changed.
Yeah.
We can change the title in the future, but right now, unless we do change it, I wanted to be very clear that we're not buying servers every year.
Yeah.
Gary, why can't we change it this year? We change the
That's
Well,
warrant?
that you
I'm
get
sure
it.
we can. The warrant's not out in print yet.
Mike, can we change that without it, the select board, how did they vote to put that in there?
The title?
That would be fine, you're not changing the intention.
Okay,
You can just say infrastructure upgrades and replacements. Remember
so
that?
information technology,
Infrastructure, leave
Yeah.
it like that.
Yeah,
right now, right here, I'm gonna put that in there.
yeah, infrastructure, yeah, upgrades and replacements.
So if we do that, then we remove that whole last line.
Yeah,
Yep, now you can.
Hold on a
Yeah.
second, infrastructure. It was never meant to,
INFRA.
huh?
You got it.
There you go.
And I'm gonna get rid of server and supplies.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
All the way.
Am I gonna get rid of replacement and upgrades?
No, 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 no. let's
No, I'm
leave
gonna
it,
keep
let's
that.
stay, Yeah,
So it's the power supply.
Okay.
Yep.
yeah.
Good lord,
And
okay.
then down the
um,
bottom,
Hold on a second, because I need to let Kelly know that I changed the name of that, so. What am I going to the bottom for?
Last sentence can be removed.
this article.
Okay, great. Take that out of there. Okay? Okay, Hager Well. Oh, I need the tax impact on this. I don't have it. So it's 72,000 in bonding,
Oh, and bonding.
yes.
Okay,
right?
So it's, that'd be 3,600, hang on a minute, 3,600. It will be less than 1 cent and $2 per average household.
All right, so, $2, I'll change that tomorrow, and then the less than 1 cent. Okay.
Just a quick question. It says, for use by students, teachers, or residents?
Sure, like if you're if you're in the school for like town meeting or something, or you're there. But I want,
In the library. if
In
you-
the
Well, they forgot
library.
the school in the statement. Residents and the staff at the library as well as persons
Students.
at the fire and police. Shouldn't we say also Blanchard?
We said students, for the use of students and teachers.
Here's necessary for, by students, teachers, residents, staff,
My
at
immediate
the
thought was-
Blanchard library, at the Blanchard, the library,
At
As well
Blanchard,
as-
as well as the library.
well, no, because you're
Yeah.
then, as well as used for personnel at fire. I don't, why don't we just list those all out?
Sure.
Staff at the Blanchard,
I think it'd be more useful to actually indicate where the water supply is going and not worry about all the different
Yeah.
people. Because residents kind of confuse me, like, wait a minute, is there one or two houses
Blanchard.
connected to
So
this?
this is just, where's this, yeah, where the actual force sits?
Yeah,
they're
just-
at the
just write that.
Blanchard, the library, the fire department, and the police
Yeah.
department.
Or just
say
say
that.
that, say that then.
so just get rid of like the people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, hold on.
students, teachers, residents, and staff.
For use by,
And one would hope that this will
you,
reduce our
let's say-
cost of bottled water that we have everywhere all over town.
I would say
It
for use
won't.
at Blanchard.
They have it in Blanchard.
Library,
Yeah.
Sergeant
Blanchard.
Library.
library, yeah, because now we've changed that, so I gotta get rid of the
Library.
word.
In the meeting room, there's a water thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
the
that
police
works.
department, okay? Well, the fire and police department also have bubblers.
Yeah, so you know, it's like,
Yeah.
we pay for bottled
There's a
water.
extra, it says for use by, it should be for use at, right?
Well, it should either be by or at,
yeah, at would be the preferred,
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause then you
for
know,
use at
yeah.
then you, whoever's in
Blanchard.
those locations is
Yeah.
gonna use this water.
Blanchard, library, fire department, and police
Yeah.
department. Okay.
By the way, I raised a couple months ago the question of why we're still using bottled water. I never did get clear answers from
Everywhere.
anybody.
But in all 4 departments.
Well,
Well,
the town
Blanchard's
hall
doing
has
it.
to.
Blanchard's doing it because the police, fire, and library are using it. I asked why the police, fire, and library are still using it, no one ever got back to me. Because I'd like to save money at town by getting rid of bottles, both
Yeah.
at Blanchard and fire, police,
I
and
mean, if there's no
library.
PFAS in the water, then there's no reason not to.
There's no
Well,
uranium, we
have
clean
to
that
have
up.
it here, because there's PFAS in the water. And,
There's no PFAS in the Hager well.
no, no, no,
In this
in,
water.
in
town
the
hall.
well,
Yeah,
the
but-
well water here.
But everywhere
yeah.
else there isn't, so there's no reason they can't turn the faucet on and get a good drink of Foxborough water.
Hey, Mike,
That's what we do in my house.
hey, Mike,
Yes,
that's sort of your purview, not mine, not ours. But the funding is ours, so can you find out if we can get rid of these bubblers?
absolutely.
But not at town hall, we know we can't get rid of them at town hall. And if somebody were to have a hissy fit and say, but town hall has them, you can say, we'll trade our PFAS water for your clean water from the Hager well. Will that make you happy, Bob?
Where is the town hall well? Is it right on this property?
I don't know, is it on the property, Mike? It must be, right?
Yeah, has to be.
I believe so, yes.
So, all right.
Although we all drank PFAS coffee on Budget Saturday, but you know.
I did not, because I
I
brought
did
my
not
own
either,
coffee.
because I knew it, so.
But on Capital Saturday,
But you didn't share that
Well,
information with anybody else?
I didn't want to throw Kristen under the bus.
I didn't realize till the end, but on
Oh, by the
Capital
way.
Saturday,
Oh, by the
everyone
way,
will be
you're all
happy
gonna
to know
die
there's no
next week.
PFAS coffee.
Not that I don't like you guys, but
Note to self, note to self.
Okay, the salary reserve, for the reasons stated above. We're good with this?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, thank God, this is the last one. And the water line extension. I honestly, part of me wanted to do a little thank you note to the Water Resource Committee for all their hard work, but maybe we'll just acknowledge it
Yeah.
at town meeting, because they've done so much to get this water on that
Yep.
side, especially on that side of town, better for the residents. So, and my people, that's all of it. Oh, what are we doing about this fire department land acquisition? Mike?
I can't do anything yet until I confer with council on it.
Okay, so, I need to understand just logistically what that means. Like, do you think you'll have an answer by next Tuesday, or will we,
Defer.
if you don't, we'll just defer to town meeting?
I will have an answer for you by Tuesday.
Okay, so I'll add that to my list of things that we might need to vote. And then I assume you'll have language if we have to, if that has to go in, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so a couple things needed to happen. I needed to wait to see what happened at the housing board meeting last Thursday. Got that. Now there's gonna be a meeting of the 2 reps from the 3 boards. And then by Tuesday, I'll have, whatever's gonna go into this.
Okay, great, that's fine, thank you. All right, so that is the warrant
Wait,
with,
there's
One
more.
more.
There's a couple more.
Yeah.
oh, shoot, I forgot about the planning board ones, okay.
Zoning bylaw, yeah.
So this one for the dump, I just didn't even put anything in there because it's just cleanup language and there's no tax impact. Becky
ADUs.
wrote this one on the ADUs, and I put no immediate tax impact, but
Right.
Becky talked about the possibility of additional revenue.
At some point.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's not very many ADUs around town.
No, but like, you could, but people have they're making it easier for more people to do
Why
what
would
they want.
anybody want old people?
Like, I could turn my barn into, my kids could put me in the barn, and it would be okay.
Your kids could put you in the barn, okay.
We're gonna put you in the bind, we're not talking about PFAS.
Okay, and then, that's it.
Yeah,
There we go. All right. I'm very excited about this. I will go in and just clean it up a little bit tomorrow.
That's saved, right?
Yes, that's saved. Yeah, it's automatically saved. Oh, God. Now you stress me out. Dude. No, I stopped sharing. Yeah, it's on autosave. Yes, it's
So
saved.
bad. You are so bad.
Because you put it on your shared drive?
No, it's on my shared drive. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to send that out. That'll go to Kelly tomorrow. We will get a cleaned copy that will be posted for the select board Thursday or Friday. I will send that back out to you guys. You have an opportunity to go through and let me know if I've missed anything, or if we need to change anything or need to clean anything up for our next meeting. At our next meeting, our votes will be for the reserves, the budget for the school, the insurance, and the health insurance, and this land acquisition warrant article if needed. Okay, so I think we're done with budget stuff, and I want to go to the report for the back of, did you guys, I sent that, right? You guys got that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say goodnight unless you have anything you need me for.
Thanks, Mike. Oh,
Do we need him for anything?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so, Mike, thank you. Oh, Mike, actually,
Yes.
last night it came up at the planning board meeting about legal fees. And a couple of legal fees being charged against consulting fees. So I just want to make sure, are we, the 130 on the legal budget, right, the 130,000, that is including the Adam Costa legal fees, correct?
That's correct. I did talk with Alec today. He had mentioned the comment you had. He has a way of containing some of the, how do I put this?
I don't know what
I
he's.
think we should have a side conversation about this.
Okay, all right, we'll do that then. Okay, but the budget we have for 130 for legal fees includes Adam Costa, and you're comfortable with that number?
Yes, I am. What I'm
Okay.
not comfortable with is opening up the 130,000 to other boards and just giving them a carte blanche to it. I like to
Got
be
that,
very
got that. We
fastidious
can,
about that.
okay, so we can have a conversation about that. I just want to make sure, because there was some pushback about, then we should get the legal budget, yada, 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 and we've already talked multiple times about separating the legal budget. We wanted 130,000 in one place, so I want to make sure that you are on board with that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, and thanks for coming tonight.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Okay.
Great.
All right, let me make this small, move it up here. Okay, so this is a report, did anyone get a chance to like review this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I did a little
Great.
bit. Can you make it bigger?
Okay. We can make it bigger than this?
Yeah, please. Can you? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Okay. So it's a lot, and I don't know how we want to go ahead. The problem is we can't send edits, because that's not allowed by open meeting law. So we have to discuss it in a public meeting, so here we are. How do we want to go
Well, we
ahead?
can't send edits to everyone. I did send edits back to Gary, actually.
You
directly.
did?
Yeah.
Okay, Gary, did you get the edits?
I did, but I didn't do anything with them.
Okay, so
Sorry.
let's talk about your edits. Do you want to share?
Yeah, I've got
Can we
quite
just
a
go,
few.
can we go back through, like, can we go by paragraph, and if any of us have edits, we can talk about them that way, so that
Okay.
maybe we won't get through the whole thing tonight, but maybe we get through the first couple pages anyway, or whatever.
And
How many edits do you have?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, so I'm gonna let you share. I'm gonna stop sharing and let you share.
Can I ask an open meeting question, though?
Yes.
Mine's on my C drive.
If we have an email to all of us, doesn't
Just
that,
mailed out to
isn't that accessible to outsiders? Doesn't that qualify?
But we
as-
can't, so the email to all of us can be Gary sending us out the document.
Right,
But we cannot comment on that, because what happens is that's considered a quorum. So if you say, I want to change this line to X, and then Bob says, ooh, I like George's idea, and then Gary says, yeah, okay, let's do that, and then Tony says, oh, but we should move this word, we now have a quorum, and that's a violation of open meeting law, because we have to do it in an open meeting.
But I can send Gary back my comments.
You can send the comments directly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
basically,
we need
it's
to,
one-on-one.
we need to discuss it in a public, but then the thing is, if you and Tony have a conversation, just the two of you, and then Tony says to me, hey, I talked to George, and he wants to put this line in there, and then I say, hey, Gary, talk to Tony, who talked to George, and he wants to put that line in there, we violated open meeting.
what if
because
we
now
all,
we,
Because that's
All four of
forward,
us.
right.
And that's why, when I send my minutes out, the first thing I say is do not reply all.
Yeah.
but what if we all, and I'm not kidding here, but if we had a share, and this was on a
We
share,
can't do that.
No.
you
Same,
cannot do
same
that.
thing, right? Same thing.
Yeah, same
Because
thing.
we're all.
You can't, we have to do this in an open meeting.
It's gotta be a
so we have to laboriously talk over all these things.
Post.
Yeah.
Well, what about if the shared drive was open to the public?
Same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go for, sorry.
Yeah.
I can ask Mike
Yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, because I thought
But
our
then we-
emails were
then
open
we
to the
are-
public.
I don't know how to use the shared
Exactly.
So,
It's-
so the
it-
shared drive could be open to the public, it could be
it-
not editable by the public, but it could be viewable by the public.
Yeah,
And-
but the public doesn't know we're doing it. See,
We can
it's
tell
gotta
them we're
be
doing it.
posted ahead. How we post, when all of us are gonna meet,
Yeah.
it's posted and the public can attend.
Yeah.
Right.
By us doing it on a share, the public doesn't know we're
Even if you,
doing that.
even if it's accessible
That's the
by them,
difference.
we would have to, you have to somehow post that we have a shared document, and that's where it gets muddy. So this is what we have to do. We're gonna go through and,
But it would, to that point again, though, it's just like doing one response emails. It's the same thing, as long as we only allow one person in the document at a time. You put a comment, well, you're saying it's because of communication, I just
Right.
want to know that that's the reason why.
yeah,
Not-
because of open meeting law. If,
I know, but specifically with regard to open meeting law, if we made this available to everybody and we made it,
But we didn't tell the public.
no, I understand, we communicate that to the public, just like we communicate everything else. We're saying, this is our working document. This
But,
is-
okay, so how are you gonna tell, and I'm helping him, I'm criticizing. How are you gonna tell the public
When you post the meeting to the town, to the meeting,
that, wait, how are you gonna tell the public, we're gonna work on a public shared document tomorrow?
Yeah, but you could just say, we have worked on the shared document, and
Too
here's.
late.
cannot,
Why can't you
No,
say
no,
that?
no, no,
Before,
no.
you're gonna tell them
No, no, no.
before,
so when you post the meeting,
we're gonna, yep,
we're gonna say, here's all the materials for the meeting.
that we're gonna talk about.
Right.
Right, so the same thing with the shared document. You gotta tell the public ahead of time, tomorrow, we're gonna work on this shared document.
Right.
As long as you do that, you're fine. If you-
I don't know about that. Well,
What if you say-
I will bring this to Mike, and he can get a council opinion on it. So the problem, I think that the opinion is gonna come back, that there's just no way to do that and be in compliance with open meeting law. But I will bring it to Mike and ask him, because,
But how about if you turn it around a little bit and say, you know, we're gonna work, we work on the document, but we haven't approved the document yet. And so that we will vote to approve the document, which is publicly available, in 2 days, let's say. Wouldn't that satisfy all the criteria?
It's
I don't
more
believe that.
Because
transparent
then it's
than what we're doing.
deliberation. If you're doing that, then it's, because like, I'm gonna tell you, I've got to edit right in the very first paragraphs, or in the very first sentence. So if I did that, and then you look at that and go, oh, that makes sense, or it doesn't make sense, then you're deliberate, I don't know,
It's, yeah.
you know what, and I've had so many open meeting law violations against
Well,
me,
that's-
I will not be.
So I will,
Well, let me just say, for the new,
Okay.
for the newbies, the oldies, and we got slammed every meeting, it was brutal.
The challenge is, though, a document like this, if we have to go through it and wordsmith it live, it's just laborious.
We've always
I know,
done it
but
every
that's
other
what
year.
everybody else has
And you
to
do a bad job. The problem
We-
for me is that if you're just trying to get a good get a good result, it's better to look at some edits, right? And review those. Look at
I
edits instead
understand that,
of
but we
just
have to.
talking about
so,
it at 8 o'clock
but
at night. It's like,
We're restricted by,
no, I understand.
you know, and I will find out from Mike, but we're on a time crunch, so we have to start
Yeah.
doing this tonight.
No, I understand that, but going forward.
Going forward, I will
the whole
find out.
town is converted to Google Docs, right?
But they're not, the employees
I-
are not subject to
I
open
understand.
meeting law.
I understand.
The boards
Fair,
are.
fair enough, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the difference.
Can we get
Okay.
on to this?
Yeah, okay, so, we're sharing,
This is
Tony's
my
Tony's
version-
document.
My version, the blue bits are my
Okay,
edits.
so can I start, because I have something like
before committee
Yeah.
is,
right after committee is.
okay?
Yeah,
I have Boxborough's Finance Committee is comprised of between 5 and 9 members, currently at 8. Because if Dennis had 7 terrific members, he may not want to let 2 other members on if the 7 members are working well
And
together.
that's what our
and they-
bylaw says?
Our bylaw says anywhere from 5 to 7. He
Okay.
doesn't have to let people on.
5
so
to
I
7 or
just-
5 to 9?
5 to 9.
Okay. Okay.
so I took out "we" made it Finance Committee.
Yeah.
I added a sentence at the bottom here to say that we operate as an open meeting with public participation via Zoom, blah, 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 which let me take out a whole bunch of stuff down here.
Okay,
But-
wait a second, can you go back to that first paragraph, because I have
Yeah, yeah.
something else up in that first paragraph.
Where's
Under the, like, the middle of it, where we're talking about the fiscal year begins July 1st, typically against the previous December, we actually do our point of view, our budget point of view in October.
Yeah, that's our policy.
So that, we should, I mean, we should like get credit for like working on this for like 10 months, not just 6.
Okay. Anything else in paragraph 1?
That's all I had, sorry.
Okay, and then
Are you okay with that? last
I'm fine
sentence?
with the rest of it, yep. And I'm fine with that line, and then you get to take all that stuff out?
I took a lot of stuff out here, right? So I think a lot of this stuff here really comes in the next paragraph down, which is talking about this year's budget. This is overall town finance position is AAA. We've got a challenging year, we can say that, because that's our current situation. We're hiring a finance accountant director, which is, I think, appropriate for our status. But that's all we need to say, I think, in that paragraph. I don't think we need all this other stuff. It's too much detail, I think, for that particular paragraph.
You know, why are you
You
saying?
need stuff like Zoom, you don't need that.
Well, I've already said it in the first paragraph, and it's not really, that's not really to do with the town's finances.
Fair enough.
Because I guess that was gonna be my question. Are you trying to stick to the facts, or are you trying to give an editorial comment?
I'm
It needs
trying
to be
to,
fact-based.
I'm trying to organise it so that the subheadings, the text reflects what's in the subheading.
Okay.
I agree. No offense, Gary.
Offense taken. No, just kidding.
So I'm good with this?
Yeah, I'm fine with it, I'm just wondering.
Because less is more, and we're paying for the printing. So I'm good.
Exactly.
Okay,
Now I've got this part, which I wrote some stuff, which
Okay,
is
so-
about,
Are we still in the second paragraph? or you-
no, I'm in the third paragraph now.
Okay, so did you so you struck a bunch of stuff out of there?
Is
that what you're saying?
yeah,
on-
so
on
you need
second.
to, you should be watching it on the screen.
I can't read it.
Oh,
I need new glasses and
okay.
it's hard to read.
The main challenge of a significant increase
I can
in
appreciate it,
assessment,
yeah.
the assessment.
Oh,
Are
sorry.
you guys doing Zoom?
Sorry.
No, it's really,
Sorry, I was gonna.
That's all right,
I was gonna-
That's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Do we want to say in the second line, the assessment increased by 14.46% for FY '25, assuming Acton passes the override?
I think we have to put it in as this, and then,
Keep our fingers crossed.
yeah, you can just, I guess that's a disclaimer.
Here you go, George.
Is that better, George?
Sure.
All right, there you go.
You got plenty more feet, so why don't you just keep rolling? No, sorry.
You got it, George.
That's the end of my report.
No, I,
Okay, so I think what you added is fine.
So, I'm sorry, why do we not want to put my comment in here? I missed that.
What's your comment?
What was your comment?
Assuming that the Acton override passes.
He did, he put it in
Yeah.
there. Assuming the Acton passes
Oh,
their
okay.
override. Yep, no, we did put it in there.
Thank you.
The proposed FY '25 operating budget of, because we don't know what that number is
Right.
yet, increases spending over. Okay, the primary
And I mean,
budget.
potentially, the regional assessment may not be 14.46,
Yeah, we
right?
don't know
Because
yet, yeah.
they're gonna vote that
Which did not come out.
next
Yeah.
week.
4 weeks ago.
It looks like it's the same, so I don't
Okay.
think it's gonna change, but
Yeah.
increase is the non. long-term increases this one. Okay, and then
And then,
take out the rest of that.
I took a bunch of stuff out here, yeah. Which is, it's not something redundant, what I've already said up top now. So, but I thought it was a little bit too detailed, basically. Okay?
Okay,
Um,
don't, hold on, okay.
School expenses.
Because I felt like these numbers aren't right. Like, I know we've got somebody at Neshoba this year.
This current year.
Isn't that what
This
this
also
is?
seemed like a lot of detail around the vocational
FY,
education.
okay.
Yeah, a lot of, but we can sort of maybe cut that back a bit,
also,
maybe.
no offense to all to the work here, but why aren't some of these charts like last year's charts that we just haven't updated yet? Or am I looking at the wrong document? Do you know what I mean? Some of them ended at 21. Did anybody else notice that?
Yeah, and we had charts last year.
So you said we want more
Do you
years?
understand?
Well, yes, I understand what you're saying. Gary sent this out, Gary. Well, but FY, some of
So
the
there's a
charts,
good one,
but.
right? That's a good one, right? But I thought some of these referenced, unless I'm looking at the wrong document, like it ended in 21. So I'm like, why didn't we just
Yeah.
grab
Yeah,
last
Well,
year's?
you
this
have
one
the
actually
current.
says FY '22 operating budget drive.
Right,
But then
so
it
there's an example,
says, but
exactly.
then it says FY,
20.
so maybe that was just an oversight last year when we did
So this
this,
should
right?
be
So that should read,
I figure these charts will be updated when we've got the final numbers.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I would assume we used last year's report as a template, right?
It did.
yes.
I
So
did
this didn't get
anyways.
changed last year.
Okay.
The heading on this
So
didn't
that,
get
right,
changed
so
last
right,
year.
so right, so if you use, if this was last year's, FY '22, it would have been right, and this year it just
Because you're not
changed
reading what you're
23.
talking.
Okay, so wait, don't, hold on.
Okay, well,
For FY '24, right next to the chart, for FY '24, we had 2 students attending Minuteman, 0 at Neshoba, and 1 at Assabet. I know that there's one, somebody graduating from Neshoba this year.
Yeah, so when
But
I
the
wrote
question
this
is, we need-
originally,
we need
I had
that
no
much
idea
de-
where we were.
Oh,
with
okay.
Students.
Do we need that much detail in this report?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna have it, let's make sure we're right, because I don't want,
well, I will say that people do read this report. So,
So wait, this is, again, this is our report. This is in that book that goes in the annual
Yeah.
report, right?
Yeah.
no,
No.
This is in the back
This
of
is
the
in the
warrant.
the
warrant.
back of the
Oh,
warrant,
this is the warrant.
Obviously, you've never read the warrant that carefully.
Maria,
yeah.
third line, 14.6 should be 14.46.
I have
Yep, you
a
got
question, when you're ready, Maria. So,
Did you send this out?
No.
No,
when
'cause
we,
we couldn't.
when
I
we
couldn't.
make, what is the
So I'm
point?
pretty sure I'm
What
not
is the
missing
point
it,
of this?
'cause I got
Yeah.
a version that doesn't agree.
This
with
is
it at all.
basically a recap of what the budget, what our
Okay.
financial situation is.
Right, so shouldn't we be adding our flavor to it? Or our judgment, or our impact, or our, I'm not trying to make this more difficult, but that opening paragraph is, we went up by 14.46. Shouldn't we be saying this is an astronomical increase?
No, because we're gonna say that when we do our presentation. This is all fact-based. This is-
Assuming you all let
This is
Maria
not,
say that when we
this
do
is
our
not an
presentation.
opinion in the back. Here are the facts. This is what, this went up, this is what this went up, right, Gary? And then, when we do our presentation, it'll be based on some of these numbers, at which point, our presentation will include the astronomical increase from the region.
So maybe you could split the difference here and show, the part that's due to increase in enrollment and the part that's due to the increase in the school budget. Right here, instead of just saying 14.6%.
Right, because a bunch of it is because our.
Just say the two
enrollment's
things.
up more than Acton's is. I don't know if you want to try and,
Just maybe two more numbers and then,
So, just.
and no more, and that's it.
So why do we have, excuse my ignorance here, but why do we make efforts in those two different documents? I understand one is a presentation, but why isn't the presentation based off of our snapshot or our assessment of the year? It seems like we're creating two separate documents.
This is two separate documents.
I understand. that.
Intentionally,
I
because the
understand why.
one that goes in the back of the warrant has always been, and Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, just fact-based. We're not gonna make an opinion, we're saying, this is going up by this is going up by this.
Okay.
So to put our slant on that, that's not what we've always done. It's always been very, it's all based on the numbers.
The only time you put a slant on it is the opening paragraph, which we just decimated. That's where we talk about where the snapshot in time. Right?
Yeah.
That's really it. Other than that, it's all straight
It's
numbers.
all just straight numbers. And then when we do our presentation, which we'll work on with a little bit of luck next weekend, or next Tuesday, that's when we will then put our, that is our point of view. And that is our opinions, and that is our thoughts, and then we can editorialize, and I can say whatever you guys want me to say around the increase of 14.46%. You know, I can say the astronomical increase, the unprecedented increase, whatever word you guys want.
Yeah, okay, so, but that presentation should be based off all of these numbers, basically.
It will be
Same
based
numbers,
on the
yeah.
numbers, but this is gonna be, this is very number,
This is just data.
yeah, just data. And that's what it's always been, and that's what it should be.
Okay, so then if it's
So I reiterate
just
my
data-
point, though. I think the data ought to show how much of it is due to our population increase.
We don't know, do we really?
I thought we did. I thought we had
Well,
real
the
numbers on that.
the 6.7%, that was gonna be the either or,
is the budget if the override fails.
right, is based,
Yeah.
that's the increase.
So that's not what he wants, though. He wants to know how much is due to the demographics changing, the students
That's the
increasing.
6.7%, isn't that
Yeah,
what
we
we
can
had to
calculate
say?
that from their spreadsheet,
Oh, no, we have
the
the,
super detailed
the
spreadsheet.
the enrollment numbers were presented at one of the school committee meetings, so.
Right, so I
can
think
pull those up if you want
I
those.
think that the increase in the budget, the way I understood it when Peter was here, is the 6.7%, which is the B budget,
Yep,
is based on enrollment.
yep.
That's the enrollment number.
Okay,
And the 14.46% is based on
is the whole thing,
Is the whole thing.
right.
It's
And-
not level service, but it's what they
Right.
feel like they need.
So you take the 6.7 out of there, and that's the rest of.
I just wonder,
So-
if you try and explain that, George, it's gonna confuse people, though.
No, if you just say that 6.7% is due to enrollment, I think that people ought to know that. People should, recognize that that's part of the issues that we deal with as a town of Boxborough.
Okay, so how about with the total ABRSD budget increasing by 14.46%, comma, of which 6.7% is enrollment-based?
Perfect.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah?
Is it 1L or 2?
2. Maybe not where you live.
I'm not sure
Right,
that's
yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
because they're both are enrollment-based.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Our
either.
original agreement is a 3-year rolling, average of the years. The difference between the 6.7 and the 14.46 is and the 14.6 is, the 6.7 was based upon Acton's 3% number.
But it had to include our enrollment.
It did, and this 14.46 includes our enrollment.
Right, so
Yeah,
it's
but
not
what's
answering,
wrong with the 6.7%? I don't
Hold on,
understand.
it may just not be the right percentage, is what
it's
Gary's
not
saying.
answering the question you're asking. It's not the right answer to your
So
question.
Boxborough's percentage of.
It's
of the
approximately the
total
right
enrollment is
answer,
going up.
however, right?
Boxborough's total percent of students is going up
Yeah.
Yes.
each year. And it will continue to go up for the next 10 to 12 years.
And we don't run a rolling average as far as what we have to pay, right? Each year you pay according to the
Over
enrollment.
including the previous 2 years. It's a rolling 3-year average.
So it is a rolling 3-year average.
It is.
So the other way to think
We've
about
gone
it-
back and
Even when
forth on
it's not
that.
coming
I've
down.
I've
No,
heard
it's-
that, so
it's
I've heard that both
definitely-
ways is my problem.
It's
I've heard that, I've heard
Okay.
it clearly stated that, no, it's a single year.
No,
No,
that's
it's
that's
definitely
what you
three.
pay.
It's never
rolling
been a
average.
single year, it's always been a
The
three-year
regional
rolling.
agreement is a 3-year rolling
Oh,
average.
sorry, I
So even when we
misunderstood.
tip, it'll take 2 additional years for us to start going back down.
Okay,
So,
but there's a number associated with that rolling average, right?
But
So-
the other way of looking at it, though, is the fact that the overall school assessment is going up by a percentage. It's around 10%, isn't it? It's 9 point something percent, I think. But
The
For combined.
Yep.
Like the Boxborough.
But that's not meaningful to us.
Well, no,
Hold on,
but it is
hold on.
meaningful because it means that we additionally, apart from having that sort of like baseline increase, have another 6% on top of that.
Right.
Due to the fact that enrollment has actually
Well,
increased.
so I like
also.
that number in there.
So we are
Well,
about,
you take
we're
away-
about 18% of the school population right now. We were at 17 point something last year. We'll be at 18 point something next year.
So what is our enrollment penalty then for the upcoming year?
Right, so it's
That's really all
basically
I'm
the
looking
delta between those 2 points.
So if you give me the rolling average number, right?
So you're saying the
Yeah,
rolling
the
average, the rolling average number from last year versus the rolling average for this year?
Right,
Yeah.
What's that number?
let's call it a percent.
Right.
So you would take that and multiply it by the school budget, or our allocation in the school budget. Or the school budget, actually, 1% of that is now ours. That's the increase due to the increase in this headcount in
Right. I
Foxborough.
just think people shouldn't be, otherwise folks are just gonna be totally frightened by,
Yeah.
wait a minute, how come we're getting hit for 14%? What's going on?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so can we do this? Can we, Gary, do you remember this being presented enrollment? Do you remember?
thought it was
I'm
approximately-
looking to see if it's in my notes, because I swear I
There's
asked
some
that
numbers
question.
somewhere, I've seen it on the slide somewhere.
Right? You've seen it somewhere, right? Based on enrollment only. So can we just put a pin in this and then get that number, of which, whatever that
I
percentage is?
can find you the enrollment numbers for,
Not the enrollment number, the percent of the increase is that's based on the
it
enrollment.
should be the enrollment numbers, it should be both.
Okay.
You should be able to
So if we
calculate from
can
the
get
enrollment
that-
numbers, right?
Yeah.
And I may have it in my notes somewhere here, I can't find it right now as we're trying to go through this, because, so can we just, but for now, can you just highlight that and we'll get that number? And we'll just change that.
It's-
If we get that number, are we comfortable with the way that's written?
Right.
Well, you can
Oh,
disagree with me and
wait.
say, we don't want that number, okay? That's,
6
I'm all right with that.
6.7% is.
That might be wrong, that's what
Might be
we're,
wrong.
that's what
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
figure
no,
out.
no,
The
no, I'm
words,
talking
the
about
words, the
wording.
words.
Thank
He's trying to think of the words of it, right?
Which is
Yeah, that's
due
right.
to enrollment increases, increase in enrollment.
But it's not an increase in enrollment,
Boxborough enrollment.
it's the Boxborough enrollment, it's not an increase.
Okay.
It is what it is, it might be a slight increase, right, over
Right.
last year, but
Percentage
if it
increase.
was 6% last year, it might be 6.2% this year, but the 6.2% is the Boxborough enrollment, not an increase in the
No,
enrollment.
it's the percentage.
I understand, but
You
what
need
I'm
to
saying.
say percentage, not enrollment, I think.
But. Oh my
Because
God.
if the active population goes down, our population, our percentage goes up and our costs go up.
So is
So
that
it
what
has
you
to
want?
stay
Do you
perc-
want that percentage of how much we have enrolled? Or do
Share,
you
it's
want,
enrollment share, right?
I mean, I'm trying to understand what you're, George, I'm trying to understand. Do you
Suppose
want,
there is
hold
no-
on, let me ask my question. Do you want to know the percentage of the 14.46 that can be attributed to enrollment?
Yes.
Or do you want to know the percentage of Boxborough kids at the region?
No, So I want to know
The percentage,
of Boxborough kids at the region, if you take that number, that percentage, right, and you compare it to whatever the 3-year rolling average was the year before, and you look at the delta in that's gonna cause.
that's going to be a small percentage. Because what, if you're trying to figure out
No.
of the 14.46%, how much is due to enrollment,
I'm sure,
because it's going to be, because it's a 3-year rolling average, so it will increase a little bit, but it's not going to be like a 5% number. It's
no,
going to
of
be,
course not, I understand that if we currently have 15%, let's say we have 15% and we go to 20%, that's not a 5% increase, I realize that, right? When we go to 15%, I'm using absurd numbers, we go from 15% to 20% of the school population, that's a 33% increase in our assessment.
What's the
Okay, I understand that, but
But the
it's that number has to,
I
somehow
don't
we have to have a
know
number
how that
that.
number doesn't confuse people, with the number you're talking about. This is clear. Of the
But it doesn't convey
14.46%.
anything.
I think what George is getting at is people are saying our share of the population is growing.
Yeah.
And we want to, George
that
wants to know
costs.
what the impact of that growing share is.
Versus the budget impact.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's
So
fair both to the
question
school
would
committee.
be like,
Yeah,
yeah.
the budget's growing, we know that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Boxborough also has
It's a-
this demographic
it's-
working against them.
it's a
You know,
double
Our
whammy.
share
Yeah,
is going
Yeah,
as
we
well.
can't say 14% is all Acton's fault, is where I'm
Right.
going.
So,
Yeah.
and that would
Okay.
help us explain
Yeah.
to those who are on the pro side of the school, kind of what's going on here.
Okay,
Well, that's
so,
what we say. We said it actually earlier on, actually, because this is, you know,
No, I understand that, but
driven by increased Boxford student enrolment, with two L's.
so I just want to hang a number on it.
Be what number? Yeah, yeah.
And if you give me the enrollment numbers, I'll calculate the number if you want. If you give me the
we're
enrollment
gonna,
history.
we're gonna calculate, we're gonna get calculated numbers from the region. Like, I want numbers from the region. So if we want to know what,
Yeah, but I think it's so hard to phrase the question properly.
Well, table-
Somehow, I think you might be clear
Table
if you.
6 should give us that, right?
Let me provide what I have, but if it doesn't work, Maria, then I'll ask Sherry
It's
for
in the
whatever you
nasty
want.
But it wouldn't hurt to have the
Spreadsheet
number
that,
so we can
no,
double
nasty
check.
spreadsheet,
Yeah.
table
Well-
6, it's in the table 6,
Yeah.
Table 6.
which John just referred to as the nasty spreadsheet, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That, it's in there, okay. I don't care how we present that, I just want to make sure we're presenting the information clearly, so people understand it, and George is getting what he wants, because we were talking about a lot of different percentages. Okay. In the meantime, you were talking about,
Read, the vocational student numbers are
I-
not right.
okay, so the vocational student numbers, just,
And the point is, how much detail do we want to put about that in this report? I mean, because it's not a huge part of the budget now.
it's not, because it, more and more, so this year, FY '24, last year, we had one at Assabet as a junior, 2 on the waiting list.
never got-
This year, we have we had 1 who's graduating this year from Neshoba, and we have 2 at Minuteman.
Right, but for FY '24, we have somebody at Neshoba, is what I'm
But the
saying.
budget
And they're,
impact-
they're leaving.
Right, but what this is saying is FY '24, we have 2 students at Minuteman, 0 at Neshoba, and 1 at Assabet. I just want it to be accurate, if
Why
we're
would
gonna keep it
why even
in.
say anything? Why don't you just
I
take
don't
the whole
care.
thing? Yeah.
To that question though, and maybe this is not the spot, but isn't this an exposure point for the town if all of a sudden kids start getting into these schools?
But they won't, will they?
But they won't.
My first question was if.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Yes,
it is.
yes, it is.
So
Huge
don't we
exposure
want
area.
to,
Hide it.
No, we don't want to hide it, because that's how we get into
don't
trouble with
I mean, I'm just
budgets.
try to get in front of it.
Yeah.
So, what was I gonna
We've
say?
been lucky.
We've been lucky,
Yeah.
right? So all of a sudden, kids start getting in, and we're gonna have to start writing big checks for these kids. Right, so
Yes.
how do we,
We get the
That's why-
select board to get us into a vote tax.
would we ever be in the position where we would say it would be financially prudent for us to prepare for this? How would we, or is that somebody else's domain? Is that the school committee's?
No, it's not school committee.
Good, yeah,
So
that's
the
their
vocational
outlet.
education is run by the select board.
Okay,
So basically, until the select board gets us into a district in which our kids would be accepted on a yearly basis,
right.
the exposure's limited, because all of the schools that our kids
No, yeah,
apply
no.
to throw us on a
Waiting
waiting
list.
list.
Yep.
And they were supposed to look into, there was a sense of the meeting
Yeah, 2 years ago?
2 years ago. They're supposed to be looking into vocational education. So, I think that's when we have to get ahead of it.
Okay, so they're the ones driving that one.
They drive it. Once they say, we're close on this, we need to say, okay, now we need to understand that this may cost us. Plus, the vocational schools are so different in tuitions, we gotta know where we're going
Okay.
with it. Okay, so can you just add, for FY '24, we had 2 students at Minuteman,
Yeah.
1 student in Neshoba, and 1 at Assabet. And then for FY '20, the level, remain level at Assabet and
Minuteman.
Minuteman, that is correct.
Yeah, okay.
We didn't have somebody graduating from Minuteman this year?
No, next year.
Okay.
We have 2 tuitions at
I
Minuteman.
took out the twin school comment, and I think it's pretty relevant. Yeah.
Well, you could put down that, we paid for like half, a certain percentage of their playground.
What's a CPU-U?
CPIU, Consumer Protection,
Consumer Price Index.
Urban.
Thank you.
Any comments on any of this?
I think that's fine. Salaries, I think the benefits
Hold
are
on one
fine.
second. So growing, it says industry. Why does it say industry on the top row of benefits? In the industry?
Okay, wait, employers growing the fastest growing items in the industry, and this year, yeah, that doesn't make,
So
should that say budget?
Budget, yeah.
which line are we talking about? So
On
first line.
benefits, the first
Employee
line.
benefits continue to be one of the largest and fastest growing line items in the industry. That should say budget.
Budget.
And this year, we are hit with we don't know what that increase is yet. We know what the increase is, but Mike has those numbers. He's got to break those out for us.
Yeah.
The employee benefit is increasing, or the pay is trying, okay. Two
But it's-
items from FY currently under ban, short-term borrowing, to be decided for road paving, so. And what is that line?
So this is Gary's wording, so.
Right, so Gary, there are two items from the FY '23 ATM currently under the ban, short-term borrowing
Yeah.
of road paving, so that should be 300,000 if it was from 323, right?
Yes.
And TBD, what is that?
The question was, I think it was the fire tender, the fire engine. was the
And
other
we don't
bonded.
know what that is. Did that get delivered?
No.
No, so,
Actually, I think it did. I think it's there now.
Wait,
The second tanker, didn't it arrive?
second tanker?
yeah, we
the
ordered
one.
a tanker.
I thought I saw two sitting at the fire station the other day.
Whoa. Okay, I don't know.
I drove by and it looked like it was a tanker, tender.
I don't know. I haven't been down this week. I haven't been down this week.
Do we,
But
because
those are the
it's,
two items that last year that we voted, that would have been bonded.
from last year?
From the year we're in now.
FY
FY
'24. So that should say there's two items from FY '24. Oh, FY '23. That's why it's confusing. Because you have FY '23 ATM, but we're in FY '24.
Yep.
These two items from the 2023 ATM, forget the FY,
That's
make
better.
that 2023. That makes more sense to me, okay. And I do not think that tender's come in yet.
I'm asking him right now.
Okay, we'll go back to that. For FY, the items planned and
But
bonding.
you can put in
is-
TBD for the tender. Because that's what we would have bonded if it had arrived.
Right,
If
right,
it
right,
still
right,
arrives.
right,
Still have till now, till June for it to arrive.
For FY '23, X items planned for bonding are 300,000, well, I mean, we gotta go through the list and get that
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. So
So
it
you can-
needs
you
to
can do
be
that.
it needs to be updated, so.
Free cash will be used to fund, so all of that stuff needs to all be just highlighted and,
Yeah.
X number of free cash will be used to fund warrant articles. We also have stabilization.
Yeah. Yes, it needs to be updates.
Okay. As shown in table 2, the total operating budget, so we don't even have all of that, right? Oh, I hate this table. This one, it gives me fits.
This is okay.
This is the one that, I mean, it's sort of like the dashboard, but we know this overlay's right? For 320, for the overlay?
I don't
Sorry.
think we've changed overlay in years.
He changed it 1 year.
Yeah, 600,000 last year.
Last year it was 600,000,
Yeah.
but I think it's back down. So can you go to the top of this chart, that date is wrong. FY '22 operating
these are all-
summary,
these
that
are
needs to
all-
say,
Okay, Maria,
what?
Gary, we did not get the tanker from Sean Gray. We are in the process of placing the order for that now, that only got approved this past fall town meeting. So we didn't get it.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
So that, okay. So can we fill that out, like, I mean, that's basically all the
The
information, right?
dashboard.
The dashboard.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can.
Well, it'll be the, in the financial model, actually.
Right, okay. Did you hear that, going back to the tender and the bonding,
It's not
the
there.
TBD,
Right.
that can come out? So it's just the
To take out and TBD?
Yep. Yep, okay. Proposed warrant articles excluding, okay, so again, that comes off of like our final stuff. This is hard because they want this thing and we're not even voting all this final stuff until next week.
Yeah. But next week, we should be really quick to vote that stuff, and then we can just work on this stuff.
What's the drop dead for the printing of this?
Beginning of April. It's always the
Did I see April 7th?
I think it's like. the
She'll
first
say
week
she
of
needs it
April.
before that, but
Yeah, so, but, you know, some of this stuff we can't even put in until
All
we
of
get
these
done.
tables we're going to have though, once we finalise it, the tables,
Right.
we can just spit them out, basically.
can I just ask a question up here on the top of this? The following table shows the currently estimated values. Oh, no, that's, sorry, keep going. It was farther down that I saw it that I wanted to fix something.
Yes, these are the charts I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, we should probably get rid of like, and,
Yeah.
you know, we don't need to go back more than 10 years, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, do we need this chart at all?
Can you go back up to the table before that? Does that show? It shows the average, so maybe we don't need that chart because we're,
Yeah.
you know, this is just reading and we're gonna do our charts for our,
I've got all this data in the financial model, actually. I can just drop it in here easily.
okay.
So are we gonna use the bar chart? Oh, there's,
I don't think we
Take
need
this
our
out.
chart. We're gonna take that out.
we're gonna take that chart out?
Mhm.
Find a way to get rid of it.
So how many years are we gonna show somewhere?
Up above that, we're back like a few years.
We're back 3 years above that.
3, is that enough?
Yeah, because this is just, people are
Yeah.
gonna read. If we wanna show that information in our presentation under Article 5, if we wanna show what the assessments is on the houses, we can do that. But again, it needs to make sense as to why we're doing it. So, right?
Yep, yep.
I would like to, one of the things I want to show is kind of a 5 or 10 year of where our taxes were, where they are today, and where they're going to be in another 5 years.
Well, wasn't that what that chart just was? The one you just deleted?
But no, when I'm talking,
Oh.
you know what I mean? I want to show that, because it's in this, but I want to actually talk to it. I want to say, you know, your increase is $5,000 in the last 10 years. And in another 10 years, I want to project out
But you're not gonna show a chart.
during our presentation under Article 5, not in
She
the
might
back
show
of
a
this.
chart.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Does
Okay.
that make sense?
I agree, no, I like that, because
Yeah.
I wanna show it, whether.
Yeah, we're going to show it on our presentation.
Fine, fine.
That's where we need the charts. When we're doing Article 5 presentation, that's where we need the charts.
I agree, yes, I agree with that, yes.
I don't know where these charts came from, because we didn't include these last year, I don't think, in the report. And these are old charts, you're right, John.
Yeah, 2020.
These can't be from last year, though.
No,
are they?
they're not.
No, they can't be. 'Cause that stops at 20, yes.
I grabbed the latest I had, so I thought that was last year's.
I think there's a more recent one, Gary, that we had.
Because that's,
Maybe, but I couldn't find it then.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I had.
because that's 20 estimate,
Yeah, so we can
Yeah.
get rid of this one
and
too.
then never mind 21 or 22.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind, so when I say get rid of these charts, can we kind of put those aside and say, okay, under Article 5, we might want to show these charts and then we can go back and visit them? Because I like this idea of what we have for
We can
stabilization.
recreate them maybe somehow, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
but
were more
like-
up to date, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
more up to
yeah,
date
yeah.
and do them under Article 5.
Yeah,
Like, I like that
yeah.
idea of showing our liquidity.
Okay, on this one, on this page right here, second up from the table, where it says paid out of free cash, the tax rate, borrowing cable funds on CPA. Do we want to say raise and because we use raise and appropriate all over, like, the warrant, but we don't ever say the tax rate. I just want to make sure
Yeah.
that it's not confusing.
I agree, yeah.
So you want to change that?
Yeah, just because we don't refer to it as the tax rate in the warrant.
Oh,
Just for consistency.
but, okay, is the
Two
common
Ps.
Boxborough person going to know what that means?
Well, they're going to look at the
Do
warrant
that,
and they're going to
and
figure it
then
out
do
because
that,
Marie's
like,
got
oh,
there's
underneath
an
how much
order
it's going to
too,
cost
yeah.
you. So, I mean, maybe you want to put in parentheses
really have
tax rate,
Yeah.
but I just feel like we should be
Go check.
consistent.
Yeah, you got it. No,
So proposed warrant articles,
you don't.
expenditures,
Oh, yeah, you
tax
do. Yeah,
impact.
yeah.
Can we go up to this chart, the next chart, table 6?
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay. I find this chart, this is that chart that at the end of that comes up with a total at the end. If everything gets done, then this is what it's gonna be. I think that chart is so confusing for the average person to look at, because remember that whole discussion we had when I was on the select board, and I think Diana had seen this chart when she was on the FinCom, and she's like, I don't understand, because this says the total is $50, and it didn't make any sense, and it didn't make sense until you realize, for some reason, it just added everything up.
Well, because, yeah, added everything up when it didn't take into account revenues. we had.
Right, so it was this, and
Yeah.
it just didn't make any sense. This chart I find to be difficult,
Let's not put it in there then, take it out.
I think.
But isn't it just a summary of all of the?
Yeah.
Or we don't total it at the
Well,
bottom.
it's a summary of what's in the warrant anyway, right?
Right.
So it's in the warrant, so it's just redundant, really,
Right.
unless you want a chart to summarize it.
Right, and
And
so.
people may not connect the two, quite frankly.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Right,
go,
and
"What's
this
this?"
one has a total on the bottom, so not only do you summarize it, but then you total it, but then that total doesn't match
It's
to
just
anything
scared to-
else,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
just,
Yeah,
If it doesn't match, kill it.
Yeah.
Pull it out.
so I think we take that out, I
Yeah.
think,
okay.
okay. Summary below, items of the future.
I think the capital plan summary should be removed. 'Cause I believe the capital
Committee,
committee is going to, had something in the article.
okay, and should we talk about that fact that we have a capital committee? Like, should,
We could say that, couldn't we? If we take a summary, say, capital plan, a capital committee has been formed,
yeah, because then that's new.
yeah.
That's new information. That consists of 2 members of FinCom, 2 members of Select Board, and the DA. And is the capital committee is gonna be doing the capital plan?
Are you guys doing a presentation at town
No.
meeting?
No, but you're gonna be updating the capital plan.
When?
The capital committee is gonna now be in charge of updating that capital plan.
Yes, but not at town meeting.
No,
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
just in general.
Yes.
So it's gonna be under your purview.
That's under, now the capital plan is under the purview of the capital committee.
Right, so, and then maybe we just add that as a thing.
But I think the graph is still there. Next slide, next page, I mean.
Right.
Yeah,
And you wanna take that out?
I'd like to leave it in,
Leave it in, yeah.
because there's no other way the town will see it.
yeah.
So can you go down to the chart for a second, Lorraine? A little more. Where do those asterisks go to? I don't see where they go up to above.
Be there presumably, right?
Or are they just a general comment?
It's
They're
just
gen-
general
they're general
comment.
comments, aren't they? Yeah.
They're more notes than,
Okay, all right,
Yep.
okay.
Okay, so, but there was something above that. Did you look at the
Oh,
paragraph
Public
above
Works goes to
that?
Public
Right there,
Works.
town
Well,
debt.
I think we're taking it all out, aren't we?
It shouldn't be- it should be in public works.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's debt schedule.
Town debt schedule, but that's not, that's the
This is-
capital,
This is to do with capital, so this all comes out, I think.
yeah. Because we're not talking about the debt
Yeah.
schedule.
well, be careful.
Is
One of the reasons we do capital planning is to provide the town with
Right, but
Or
here
you
where
you
we're
got it
got,
going,
down below,
and to
we have-
try to maintain our debt at a certain level.
right,
Right,
but then
but-
you've got the whole debt thing.
We have a
here.
whole paragraph on debt, the whole section on debt. So I just don't think debt belongs up there. I think it belongs in the debt section.
That's fine,
Yeah,
as long as we
So-
talk about it.
yeah. However, it does not account participate. And, and we have to clean this up too, right? Because 2021, 22, 23, and
there's-
24
but there's a newer
are no
version.
longer estimated.
There's a newer version of this anyway, but we need some updated figures
Yeah.
from the treasurer.
And can you just scroll up to the words on this one? Does it say, hold on, anticipate borrowing related to ABRS refurbishment needs and new public safety? Can we take out the ABRS refurbishment needs? But keep in the public safety building.
And are we still certain, do we still want to make the statement that our debt's going to decrease over the next 10 years?
Until we decide to do something.
Well, we've got multiple public buildings coming up.
We have one public
Multiple, we got
building.
one that I know of.
Well, isn't the police station coming soon?
No.
No, that'll be longer, that's
Yeah.
Within 10 years?
probably not.
Well, no, it could be 10 years.
Not in this town.
Well,
It's taken us 10 years to get here on
I mean,
the
I'm just saying,
fire.
it took, right, it took.
But it says public safety, excluding public safety, so in that paragraph. So I think the thing is, we're not building any more schools.
Well, unless they decide to take the Conant down, but.
We're-
Why don't we just say decrease rather significantly? How about
Yeah.
that?
Well, the reason I had it there was,
Okay.
every school needs to be refurbished every 15, 20 years. So Conant, whether we keep it alive, I don't know, but it's gonna, if we decide to keep it, it needs to be refurbished. The junior high, which the debt just falls off this year,
It's brand new.
is gonna need to be, it's not brand new. It needs to be, start refurbishing plants again for that.
Brand new
Well,
when I was
you
on the
know-
school committee.
The high school was rebuilt 15 years ago, 12 years ago.
Better than that. The high school?
The high school's it's been more than 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
The debt
Yeah,
just fell off.
it's been more than
right?
10 years,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
again, I mean, buildings don't stay forever for 50 years. They need refurbishment every 20 to 25 to 30 years.
Look at the fire department.
It's a continuous process, and I try to explain this to the capital committee, that you can't just close your eyes and say, our buildings are done, we're not gonna ever do work on them again. You know,
So that would say we'd want to take the word significantly off, right?
Yeah, so debt will decrease over 10 years. However, this does not account for anticipated capital requests and other borrowing related to.
well, that's why I had the
New public safety
ABRSD
facility.
refurbishments in there.
Oh, okay, that's what you're
That's
talking
what the
about.
purpose
That's why
of
they
it.
have that capital fund now.
No, that's not enough.
Does our share of the school capital improvements and whatnot, does that just show in the school budget, or does that show separately somewhere?
No, if they bond for it, they have to come to the town and take a vote.
So I think Gary is.
But does
The
the,
budget,
but does
that's
the actual
there,
money show up in the school budget
in
for
the
us?
assessment, well, we're assessed,
In the
you know, the 14.46% includes the assessment to us of the capital requirements.
Right, so the
We're
debt
paying
service.
for the new school.
So the debt service,
When school, yes.
got it.
So
Gary,
should we put
it
that,
back in.
yeah, put the RSG, that makes sense. It's not a good year to tell me that the school needs more money, Gary.
They're not gonna need it
No,
this
we're
year.
not telling you that.
I'm telling you,
I
in
know,
the future,
I
it's
know,
gonna need
I
it.
know, I know. I just am so annoyed with how much money they're getting this year that okay, that's fine.
How about related to future Acton Boxborough refurbish? I mean, obviously, I guess it's, I know it's the future, you don't probably need to.
Well, because the problem is yeah, that's fine.
So what's the second sentence would you say? This does not account for anticipated capital requests. So if we anticipate them, we should know what they are, right? And should be able to predict what the debt
Does not
requirement would be.
account for-
Maybe we should say unanticipated.
Is it unanticipated,
You know,
Gary?
yeah, I would
That's what
say
I'm thinking.
today.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
Is that unanticipated?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It should be unanticipated.
Yeah.
right, you're right.
Because the capital plan is what we anticipate.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Okay. All right, and then we'll get an updated chart on that.
yeah. Okay.
Just one second, you get too many ands in there. And other borrowing related to, and a new public safety, as well as a new public safety building. Something,
It should be unanticipated capital requests, comma, other borrowings related to,
there you
get
go.
rid of that A,
You get rid of that one.
yeah, related to ABRS refurbishment needs and a new public safety building.
There you go.
Okay.
I would actually think you put a third comma in there, but
That's the Oxford comma, isn't it?
yes.
We are not going to have a debate about the Oxford comma tonight. We're just not going to do it. We're
It's
just,
the wrong point.
I'm with
Oh,
you,
no.
Becky.
I'm just that old.
Do you want to say public safety building, do you want to say fire?
we're going to say public safety building. You want to say fire?
How about public safety facilities?
Facilities. Put an I, because it may be police or fire.
Yeah.
Right?
Or
So
both.
just turn facility into
Okay,
facilities.
Get rid of the word A, yeah.
Yep, and then make it facilities, right? Bob? Public safety facilities.
Facilities,
Two different facilities.
I
We're
agree.
not, you know what? I don't care.
I agree, facilities.
Yeah, facilities, right? Because who's going to read, I mean, well, actually, there'll be people who will read that.
Yeah, there will be.
But,
They'll be
Okay,
asking.
no, you took something out of here, okay, because I was gonna.
So the last section was the financial policies. So I've taken all of this out of here because we have a document which I suggest we could even put a link in here to give access to it. And I think the stuff that's in here is actually
did we
not.
do it in 2023? I thought we
No,
approved
2020.
2024, right?
2020.
Oh, no,
No, we
2023.
approved them in
It was in the fall, I'm
2023.
sorry, it was in the fall.
Yeah,
Why don't you put in
okay.
CY 2023, calendar year?
Wait, what?
Well, that's it. That's,
We did the policies in
To
2023.
put fall, in the fall of 2023.
I think CUI will confuse people, will
Yeah.
confuse
Definitely
me.
confuse people. That'll
This
definitely-
document is available on the
I
town
never heard of
website. The town website here, do you want to put the link there?
But mind you, on a paper document, a link doesn't really work very well, does it?
Right, no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So
I
maybe-
think you
Saves a
just
lot
say
of
it, then they,
paper.
then
Saves
they
a lot
can
of
see if they
paper.
like the new website any better
That's why
than
the
the old
QR code
website.
is the answer.
Financial
Plus, you know, you
policies.
just get folks to scan it.
What's the matter, John?
Isn't there like a summary of that, though, that we could put here? 'Cause this is a,
We could do a summary, yeah, but basically this was not actually
You know what we should do is that.
consistent with
okay,
that.
right.
Yeah, so
Do a
maybe we
QR
take that
code.
first,
Perfect, right? Everybody's got a phone?
that first page that talks about the summary of the policy and stick it in there.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we don't need to do every single one, we can just do, because
Yeah.
that first page also, I think, bullet points all the different things.
yeah.
Okay.
Are you putting in the policies that Finance Committee owns, or all the policies?
All of them.
All the
All of them.
policies, all the financial
You're gonna
policies
indicate
of
which
the
ones are
town.
owned by which group?
That's my comment. Can we do that?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Okay.
Why can't we?
Well, it's a document, right? So we're just, all we're doing is
Why,
summarising the
who's
document,
gonna
we've
get
all
that?
agreed.
Understood.
The financial policies are used townwide,
The financial policies of the town versus the financial, versus finance. committee
but
policies.
we reviewed, we either
The same.
voted to approve the financial policies, or we reviewed the financial policies. Either way, FinCom is listed on all of those.
Okay,
And
all right, okay. all
And
right.
there's one set of policies, we all.
the whole
work to.
town. Yep.
Okay,
It's not- it's
I
not-
just,
we
I
don't
didn't want
Yep,
to
yep.
step on
Yeah.
someone's toes, that's
Yep.
all.
Yeah.
No, in this select board, there's not a lot of egos on this select
I-
board, so, you know,
yeah.
Thank God.
yeah. Specs, policies together with a woman. This statement kind of like no longer holds because like our financial policies don't matter. Because we are beholden to this assessment from the region, which is putting us in a place. All right, I think that's fine. Conclusion. Most important thing voters can do.
We're done.
Is to familiarize themselves with the financial situation of the town. By reviewing information presented. I think that's fine.
Should there be a comma after you in that second line? It is you? I'm just asking the question, should there be a comma
It is you, the voter.
after the word you? It is you, the
You,
voter.
the voter.
Actually, the voters should be surrounded by commas, I think.
Yeah, and then a comma on the other side of
You,
that.
the
if you
voter.
put one. Okay.
Right.
So, okay, so I understand, we're gonna update the charts. I wanna make sure I know what we have to do here for the next meeting. Gary's gonna get the enrollment.
Yeah, we got it.
Numbers.
We sent it out.
You got the enrollment numbers, Gary?
Yep. It's in your email.
Okay.
I don't want to, we'll talk about that.
So those are over the last 4 years or something?
He's got them all.
We can average
It's in your
them out.
email. He just sent it out.
Sweet, all right,
Last 4 or 5 years plus the next 3 or 4 years.
great. I do want to.
Am I sharing this document? Oh, no, I'm not sharing it over there.
Whoa,
Okay.
are you?
Somebody is.
No, I'm not. I'm
Somebody
not
is.
sharing, no, I'm not sharing on Zoom.
Who's doing that?
That's me, but
her,
this is
it's
not
on
Zoom.
See, my
Oh,
name is
oh,
on,
yeah.
only my name is on Zoom.
Okay, so.
So,
George, answer your question. If you look at the Boxborough, my guess, if you kind of focus in on it,
Yeah.
FY '24 versus FY '25, it's gone up from 16.2% to 16.7%.
And is that in that 1 year, or is that an average?
That's 1 year.
Right, so we have to run the average, right, in order to make
No,
this?
that's
No,
the average.
that's the average.
3-year average.
That's the 3-year average, okay.
That's the 3-year average.
From 16.2 to what?
16.7.
All right, there you go.
That's the 3-year average, how much it's increased from '24 to '25.
Right.
we're
Roughly.
assuming that, because we don't actually see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, right, no, right. I mean, yeah.
We're guessing that's what the number
Yeah,
is.
that's what it looks
I
like.
can't do that in my head, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's what it looks like, yeah, that's what it
Okay.
looks like.
But I see,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So can we're gonna update charts, and you're saying we're gonna do that in real time next week?
Yeah, once we've got the numbers, I can output those charts.
Okay, and we're going to, can we take that document, accept the changes that we made tonight, and then send that back out to everybody?
Yeah.
Do not reply all. There's no discussion.
I'll put up the share drive.
Can I replace that?
Invite everybody.
Okay.
Wait, if you,
No, don't go there.
No, just
No,
enlighten me.
no.
If he put it on a shared drive, what is it, that would be a violation of some
No,
sort?
no,
it
no.
wouldn't,
No,
right?
no, put it on the shared drive, no.
Put it in the
That's
shared
all, that's
drive.
good.
You just can't share the document and edit
You
it.
can't send back comments to me on the shared drive.
Okay, so that's done. The report for the back of
But I
the
can send a
warrant,
comment
we'll
to you, guys. You just
revisit.
send it to
Yeah.
Tom.
Yeah.
I can say, yeah.
Under budget, while we're still kind of in this budget mode here, I want to talk about the budget meeting you two went to. You have some documents on that?
No
Yesterday-
documents, we've got some report. We can
Right,
do that,
you
yeah.
guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gary's looking at
Gary,
you
you're
like,
just
"Oh."
staring at me and I'm like,
Listening to, Tony.
okay, all right.
I did make a
so-
snapshot of what they presented, what we did.
Okay,
It's not pretty.
for next year?
For the next few years, it goes up over $1 million every year.
See, that's what I'm saying.
One
That's
point-
what I'm
It's
saying.
1.1 million, and it's 1.3 million, and
It's,
What-
it's a
what-
seven,
what
it's about
Sorry,
7% increase.
Okay,
next
first of
year.
all,
There was a
wait,
meeting you were invited to, which was the FinCom meeting with the school board and the Acton's FinCom. Tony and I went to it.
Okay.
It was Monday morning,
is
yesterday.
it?
Monday afternoon.
Is it enrollment-based increases of $1 million?
No, no, it's just you've run all the numbers, basically. I mean, it's all of the,
Every single budget goes up
Yeah.
anywhere from 2% for some, but most are 3%, and some are 5 and 6%.
I see
yeah, and a lot of
7%,
the, and the 7% is also based on Boxford's increasing enrolment.
Yep.
Of course, it's that's part of the driver. So it's not 7% of the school, of the ABRSD school budget going up by 7%. It's our percentage is going up by 7%.
So what I did is, the total budget goes up about 5 million plus every year.
Yeah,
20% I figured is $1 million, so it's just
So $1
rough.
million for Boxborough,
Yeah.
yeah.
gotcha.
Figuring we're close to 20% now of the enrollment.
Right, because that's what this chart shows, exactly,
Yep.
that's what they're looking at.
So if you look at, I ran the numbers in the model here, so if you look at the 26 and you modelled in a 5% increase in our town budget next year and a 7% increase in the school budget, and I put in $2 million for warrant articles, just for the sake of argument, that gets us to total raised and appropriate of 31 million. And if you run the numbers down, I put in plug numbers here, similar to this year, basically, just to show where we are. It gets us to a total raised and appropriate, total to be raised of 30.3 million against a levy limit of 28.228
That's $2 million override.
Yeah,
That's what year?
that's
Next year.
26.
That's
But
27?
you're saying that the school budget looks like $1 million a year.
So the following years will be also be increasing by the same. Yeah, I haven't modelled out future years after that.
Do they
Good
talk
times.
about any structural changes? Do they talk about any of those things?
Well, the only one that they talked about was the taking away school choice for the elementary schools.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Which would reduce transportation costs a lot. But the snag with that is that 60% of the transportation costs are actually covered by the state.
Right, reimbursement, so we are really.
So you don't really save that much actually in the end of that. Nothing else came up in terms of structural changes.
Of course not. Why would it?
Well, I don't know what else there would be actually. I
Well,
mean,
we
would
were
cut
talking
some
about we're
administration.
talking about the school choice,
Well,
they were
the
talking
school
about, hold
busing
on.
did come up, and, it's $150,000
A-
saving per bus,
Right,
but you lose out on regional transportation.
right, but I'm talking about, so the structural changes we talked about.
That was the only
getting
one
rid
that
of
was
school
discussed.
choice.
Nothing else was discussed.
Right, so then the other one was going back to, not two-tier busing for the going back to two-tier busing for the
Busing.
elementary schools.
Yeah, split time, right?
Split
3 and
times,
3.
right? Because that would
Yeah.
saves $1 million. I mean, they just, all of those things that they, the list of things, they said, no, give us this money this year, and we're gonna look at all these things.
And-
And they came up with one.
No, they haven't talked about any of them yet at the school committee.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
So-
working budgets right now.
If you were to
They
eliminate
have-
school choice, just, not that we have any influence there necessarily, but if school choice were to go away, isn't there ultimately a possibility of, closing a school? Just,
I think they're
Just
different
moving the enrollment?
subjects.
Pardon me?
I think it's a different subject. They tell me that if they close Conan, it would save about $1.2 million
If they close Conant.
if they close Conan.
One
Now,
point.
reality,
because the administration costs 1.2 million, or
Well,
what's the?
it's a saving of teachers,
Teachers, whatever, right?
Yeah.
right?
No,
Because all the
well,
teachers,
I was expecting that you wouldn't save the teachers because you have the same number of kids.
No, you'd
No,
you'd have to.
you're gonna move all those kids to 5 other schools.
And
Those
into
teachers
those
will also
classrooms.
go to the other schools, but you're gonna You don't need as many teachers.
So they only save 1.2 million, the administration doesn't cost anything? I mean, that seems
That's it.
like real
That's
short
the
money,
number.
that seems very little.
That's, most of the savings is, well, most savings is teachers and
Well, that's
admin.
10 teachers,
There's 2 admin at the.
No, it's
at-
not 10
plus-
teachers.
$1 million? Isn't that 10 teachers?
They don't make $100,000 each.
No, but they get
They
benefits.
cost 100,000 each,
They may,
I'm
but,
sure.
you know,
Yeah, fully loaded probably.
yeah, maybe with benefits, total compensation, but,
But they still have to maintain the building unless they want to demolish it, right? They have to keep
No,
it
but,
running.
no, but I'm
Okay,
thinking,
so-
of the anyway,
okay. So they didn't discuss any other
doesn't
structural
sound like,
changes.
No, no,
doesn't sound like
it
they're
wasn't
making
really
much
the- it
progress.
wasn't really the scope of that meeting. I think there could be
That's
yeah,
not
further
gonna happen. They're
Okay,
not
hold
gonna
on.
make structure.
Let him finish answering a question.
Yeah.
Good Lord, it's like herding cats.
No, it was, I mean, it was quite a long meeting, and they went through the budget line by line, and we haven't got the actual output yet, but we'll get that. So it was modelling out what the budget would look like in future years, but it's not yet, I don't think, at a point saying, okay, what could be changed here in terms of big structural changes. But I think it was an open and honest effort to actually, look at all of those line items and make that assessment, which is what we asked for.
Changed last year, before this year. How much was the increase from 22 to 23?
It was minimal
I'm not sure.
because Acton was constrained. Acton constrained the budget.
You were 7% last year?
Yeah, last year was under 7%.
Was it under?
6.9 maybe.
So
something.
money-wise, any idea?
No, we went up 5-point-something% last year, right? We went up 5% because at the very beginning of this budget season, we said, I wanted to go at 5%.
Oh,
John wanted to
yes.
go at 5%.
5 and a
we all
quarter.
said, okay, we'll go up to 5
What'd you
and a
say?
half.
I think we were 5 and a quarter, and we agreed to go to 5.5. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Or
that's-
5.2 maybe, and
No, we said we'd
5.5?
go to 5.5, and then we said, well, I suppose if we have to, we can go to
But
6.
you're looking for numbers, Bob.
Well, yeah, just take that number. So it was 0.25, right? How much is that on their total budget? Because I know
I
what
think where I have it.
because you're saying $1 million a year is the increase. I'm just wondering what it was last year. How much was the
Hold on,
increase
stand by.
last year? Is it, 2 million? Is it $1 million or $500,000?
I'm working on it. I'm getting the budget up so I can look and see what the history says. Okay, so here's the increases. Oh, let me see. So FY '22, we were at 12.6 million. FY '23, 13.2 million. FY '24, 13.9 million. So,
So not quite $1 million.
not nearly a
About
million.
half of that.
Yeah,
So what the heck?
so.
For 3 years in a row, they've been going up under.
Because they had to, because Acton had no levy capacity. So Acton refused to do an override until this year. So because of that, they were constrained, we benefited because Acton constrained them. If Acton fails the override, we will benefit.
So the question is, if they're looking at about $1 million a year increase, right, over the next few years, are they planning to
You
do,
said 5.
a 3 to
Oh, million
5
for us.
year
Yeah,
model?
yeah.
There's a 3-year model in that model, so that's what we.
Okay, and
we
that's
looked at
about $1
3
million
years.
a year increase for Boxborough? Because then we need to model that. I think that's, we need to
We haven't
understand
got
that.
the numbers yet, because they were still working with finalising those
Yeah,
numbers
yeah,
and
yeah.
do some cleanup. We will
But that's
get
the
those.
goal of this committee, the meeting
Correct.
that you went to. So,
Yeah.
once we understand what their 3-year looks like,
We
then
do
we
our-
take and we model their 3-year into ours.
And we need to do our 3-year, right?
And we
That's
do
how-
our 3-year, right, which hopefully we have a finance director and we can do that,
Yeah.
but, I mean, it worries me, $1 million a year is not just an override next year.
No.
Because $1 million puts us at a $2 million override next year. Now, if we decide not to do 2.5 and keep some capacity for the next year, and we don't have growth, we don't have a lot of new growth.
I stated that clearly to the team, that we're at the point now where our growth is almost minimal, so we're living at 2.5%. And I told them, if the override doesn't pass, our total increase is 2.5%.
Yeah,
And the school's gonna have to go along with the town and
and they
live with
said,
that. They understood that. Adam was there, we've talked with Adam before about that, he knows that. There was at least one person from Acton Finance Committee on the meeting, I didn't know her.
I mean, you get right, that's my point. I mean, we just looked at it, $600,000 before this year.
Yeah. And it's because
Now it's double?
It's because Acton was keeping them constrained.
Because they were keeping them under control.
But all of a sudden, Acton Select Board and Finance Committee and School Committee got together and said, at ALG, we need this override, so that's how it happened.
I mean, I guess,
But the town needed to override too, so the town's
Yeah.
taking $1
so
million.
is there going to be
Yes.
another scheduled meeting? How'd you leave
That
it?
wasn't discussed, I don't
Discussed,
remember
no.
hearing that.
I mean, that's my assumption. I mean, yeah, there's more to be discussed there, I think.
I imagine they want to get through the override and
Yeah.
through town meeting. I mean, we need to get through the override, we need to get through town meeting, we need to vote some new leadership into the FinCom, so Marie doesn't pull her hair out. And, you know,
But I just,
I'm looking.
Maria pulling her hair out. This time of year, every year, it's hard. So I just really think the message back, it just, $1 million a year, that's the problem, because
Not
they are
sustainable for us.
increasing. It's not sustainable for Acton either, after next year, right? They've got an excess levy if their override passes.
Well,
The
they're going
real-
$4 million a year.
Right,
Huh?
right,
Right.
exactly.
And
So-
they can't afford that.
I don't think
So
they
here's
can.
the thing, this year, if this 14.46 goes through, their 10% increase in their budget, and they go to $115 million, basically, for their budget. I mean, just a 3% increase on that budget, it's unsustainable. And this is what we tried to say this year. They need to figure out a way to make it sustainable. Because I don't want to hear about my house prices. I'm sick of the argument about, property values in the schools. Yes, but you also need to be able to afford to live in the town, and you need to be able to afford the school. It is unsustainable at that rate. And so I think that needs to be the message back, is we really need to look at how do we make this sustainable for both towns? Because Acton's going to be in the same position in 3 years. And they're looking at a capital override for DPW building.
Yep.
They have a couple of huge capital overrides coming through for the town. And as do we. We need a fire department, a fire station. We need a fire station. Like, above all else at this point, it is falling apart. The wall is actually coming apart. So, I think that would be, if you do this again, just, continue to have that
Well,
conversation.
hopefully you're there at the next meeting.
Well, I understand.
It was a bad
But,
time for you, I understand.
I mean, Monday at 3:30,
Can
that's
we
the other
talk
thing.
at Gary at these meetings?
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is, if there's gonna be more than 5 of us there, we need to post a quorum, or a meeting, whatever.
Yeah, post a meeting.
But the problem, Gary, is, it is difficult to do at 3:30 in the afternoon meeting,
Understood.
right?
Yeah.
And I do enough meetings, I was at COA yesterday at 3:30, so it's just hard to add one more daytime meeting, because I do work, as do you, so I don't know.
Saved me
you
was
know.
a Zoom meeting, so I could dial in from work
Right.
and do it.
Right.
It's hard to see how the town budget, let alone the school budget, can be constrained at 2.5%.
It
in this
can't.
world.
I mean, as we commented last meeting, and I told the school committee, the benefit we've had in the past is we've had not just 2.5% increase year to year, but we've had new growth.
Yeah.
Yep.
We have almost no new growth.
Right.
Does
So now
Acton
we're
have a lot of
constrained.
new growth?
Yes, they put in a house anywhere they can get one.
But-
I've noticed they take a building lot with a house on it, tear the house down, and put 3 buildings on it, right? So,
So
I
I
see
mean,
a lot of that
they
stuff
have
going
new
on.
growth, but you have to also understand it's percentage-wise, right, Acton's bigger than us.
Yep.
So they put a house anywhere. So they put what looks like a house, 5 new houses up, that makes sense for a town that
They
size.
put
We
a
have
whole
one
bunch
new
of
house to
houses
that.
up across from the post office, right next to a
self-service thing. Yeah,
self-storage
storage
thing. It's
thing,
like
yeah.
crazy. It's like, I
So,
don't know what their zoning
I mean,
is,
I think that's, I'm just worried that, I agree with you, at some point, we know we need an override. But the question remains, we're gonna need yearly or every other year overrides, because this year, we're using our entire levy capacity, right? So we don't have all of that $2 million cushion. So that means, are we looking at an override every 2 years? If they're coming in at $1 million a year, I just don't know how we sustain that. But I also don't know how Acton sustains it, because if we're $1 million, they're $4 million.
Right.
Right? So, it needs to be affordable. And so, yeah, I'll try to make the next meeting, and I certainly have no problem telling them that their budgets aren't sustainable. And hopefully, they make some real structural changes. or more than just the school choice. And the school choice is a 6-year plan. Did they mention that, or did they say, because they can't do that all at once?
The school choice doesn't save you much.
It doesn't save much, and it's not an immediate plan, because you
Yeah.
can't do that to
I
families.
think
That's
going
not
back
right.
to 3 schools and 3 schools, what do they call it, time shift,
Zone.
might be better savings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they can cut back the number of buses.
Yeah.
They still lose revenue because, regional reimbursement, but it's better
Okay.
savings.
All right. Anything else from that meeting?
No.
Okay, and did you have something else too? You had 2 things.
We've got the
right?
Bartholomew thing.
Oh, yeah, the OPEB thing.
I've got slides and everything.
Oh, I
for
thought
that.
that was
Okay,
an
let's do
I
it.
thought that was an accidental inclusion. I
What?
looked at it, I said, what the hell is this about?
Did you read it carefully?
No, I scanned it, I said, what,
That's what
I
the
don't
choice
get what this is about.
So,
Okay.
It's somebody has a big fund and they're
Okay.
offering you something, I don't know what.
No. So Mike and Naomi and I met with Bartholomew today, who are our financial advisors. So we had asked a question at FinCom, who's making these decisions about our investments in terms of our reserves?
Yeah.
The reserves reserve we have. So Bartholomew came, the guy came to explain how it's done. So firstly, the company Bartholomew, they're a financial advisor like any other financial advisor, but they focus on the municipal space.
Okay, that makes sense.
They're Massachusetts focused, and they know all about the Massachusetts laws, basically, which governs this area. The funds we actually have are actually with a Fidelity company, so it's not with Bartholomew, it's with Fidelity, so they're secure, basically. And they charge us fees of 0.5%.
Is that good?
That's good. Well, it's good for a financial advisor, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay, so maybe not, maybe, okay.
Yeah.
I like lower numbers for myself, but that's different.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the takeaways from this is a highly regulated space for this these investments. There are state laws governing all sorts of investment options you can make with your money. Essentially, the town treasurer is the person who makes the investment decisions. It's not the select board, it's not the FinCom. We can give some guidance to her about what she can or what she might want to do, but it's really her decision what she does. We can give her space to be more aggressive, say, and we can give her permission to do that, so she's got some cover. But we can't say, we want you to put the money over here or over there. And Bartholomew can also obviously advise her as well.
Tony, did you catch the names of the people that came in?
His name was
Was it a man and
Brian. I
woman?
didn't get his second name actually. Brian something.
Brian? Did
Yeah.
the woman come in also?
No, just one person.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike knows his name.
So can you just, you probably can't answer the question. I know we can't make it, but if we tell the treasurer we want to be more aggressive, and then Bartholomew says, no, you should be more conservative, who is the treasurer listening to?
Well, it's the treasurer's decision. I think she'll listen to Bartholomew probably more than us, actually. I mean, I think it's like you're a financial advisor, right? They're going to discuss with you all the options and say, here's what you might want to think about.
Yeah.
It's not a case of the financial advisor saying, this is what you must do, or anything like
Yeah,
that.
So we could have that scenario saying that the FinCom and the select board say, we want to be aggressive, Bartholomew says, no, you should be conservative, and we can't tell you to do it, but that's what we
Bartholomew
recommend.
wouldn't say that.
No.
It would be up to the treasurer to
But
make a
that's what I'm
decision.
saying,
The treasurer just said, I want to be conservative, I want to be moderately aggressive, I want to be very aggressive. It's her decision to make. I've always felt the previous treasurer was too conservative.
Okay.
I thought I heard Mike say that they actually did change the setting. I don't know if it came up.
So the comment that Bartholomew made was that they have been trying to get Boxford to be more aggressive in their investments.
Okay.
That they think that treasurers tend to be more conservative in general, because it's like one of those things. I think you're not going to get fired for being conservative as your treasurer.
Right.
So why would you sort of go on the aggressive end of things?
We should also point out Bartholomew actually manages 2 sets of funds for Boxborough. The OPEB, which I think they should be very aggressive, but also our restricted funds, our normal funds.
Here on the-
I'm just going to go into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what he basically
Those should be conservative.
This was the handout he gave us, which is basically the 3 buckets of funds that we have with
That we currently have
That
with
we
them.
currently have. So the first bucket is all of our sort of like general funds, our our working funds, etc. They have to be in like Massachusetts banks. They're very limited in what you can do with them, and that's sort of kept to one side. Then in this middle bucket is the stabilization funds and some of our other trust funds and scholarship funds and stuff like that, which is very restricted about how you can actually invest them. And I'll go into that in a minute, what that is. And then the third bucket is the OPEB bucket, which is you can be more aggressive with those funds. So basically, if you look at the three buckets, the working funds is approved Massachusetts banks. That's pretty straightforward. The stabilization funds and these other funds like CPA funds, there's very limited investment options you can make with that. It's equities, but a very small list of really sort of stable companies like AT&T and people like that. And it's bonds, but treasury bonds, railroad bonds, utilities, really sort of like secure, old school type things. The mix between equity and bonds is set by the treasurer. He's been trying to get the town to go more towards a higher equity number. He thinks a 20% number would be reasonable. We discussed this between Mike and Naomi and myself, and I said, well, why not 50-50? But they don't think they think it's too aggressive for this sort of fund.
For this, because of where the bucket it's in.
Because you need to have this money available, maybe short notice as a
Exactly.
reserve.
So I was just going to, what's the timeline associated with each one of these buckets? Because that's going to drive how aggressive you can.
That's right. Yeah. So these are potentially, in his mind, sort of shorter timeline funds, right? Because the stabilization fund is like, I think of it as a strategic reserve long term, but he's saying it's really an insurance fund because you need it for short term fixes if something goes, if there's a problem. So that's why it should be in a more conservative sort of bond based.
Like the CPA funds, they need them yearly,
Right, so,
right?
right.
You know what I mean? So-
The second one should be like a 1 to 3 year time frame is really what it needs to be. That's it, 1 to 3.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So one action we could think about here, or Naomi could think about, is increasing equity to 20%. That's doable. And
So do you pick your own equities, or can you, in fact, can you ask them to invest in a fund that you like?
You can pick your own equities, I think, among that list. Yeah, that would be.
But can you also ask them to invest in a fund if you like that better?
Yeah, but all
if
the
the treasurer likes it better, not that
all
we
the
do.
funds are sort of like, I think that's what Bartholomew do, is probably advise you about what a mix should be maybe, but they're all very conservative funds basically. There's no high-tech companies in there or anything like that.
No cyber currency or anything.
No, something.
That's extreme.
No, it's real old school stuff.
All right.
And then the other thing that we could do there, and he suggests we do that, and this is really a town meeting issue, is we can move some of those funds that we have from this middle bucket into the right-hand bucket, which is the more aggressive
Oh, okay.
bucket. So he thinks we should do that. So Mike's thinking about special town meeting, full town meeting, taking some of the other lists of funds, like cemetery fund and other things that we have there. Move them over into this other bucket. So the third bucket, which is where OPEB is what they call prudent investment. We can invest in a sort of a typical, I think it's like a 401k portfolio. It's 70% equity, 30% bonds, typical sorts of stuff. He thinks we should add real estate into the bond portfolio. Because
We missed that, don't forget that, we missed that.
Hold on.
And
comments.
this is because this is long term. OPEB one is long term, long time horizon. We can take some dips and falls and whatever.
Right. It's not. It's something that if it dips, you just are like, don't look at
Right,
it.
yeah.
It'll come back up eventually.
How much money are
That's
we
what I
talking
do.
about altogether? How much does the town have floating in these things?
OPEB is about 1.5 million. The stabilisation fund's about 1.5 million. It's not huge numbers really.
Right, so less than $5 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he thinks we should consider moving to an 80-20 mix there as well. So these are things that they can think.
Did Naomi hear that message? Did she hear the message about moving it to aggressive? To 80-20?
I think she heard the message, but I mean her comment, which was telling, was, he had a report there of how our funds were doing, and she said, "Oh, good, there's no red ink on that." And what he said was basically, you're going to see red if you have an aggressive fund. There'll be red ink some quarters, basically.
Just close your eyes and look at it
If
next quarter.
if you can't deal with red ink, you have to go very, very conservative.
Then you go
So,
banks.
so I think she tends to be very conservative, is my sense.
I get the sense all treasurers are pretty
Yeah,
conservative.
well, exactly, that's my sense as well, so
Right,
that's why I sort of
right,
push it, yeah.
But it goes to your comment, you don't get fired from being conservative.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so there's some things we can do there at the fringes in a way, but
I like
Not-
I like the middle column going to 20%. I like that idea.
Well, that's all well and good, but she needs to make that
It's right,
decision.
it's her decision. I know it's her decision, but I understand it's her
Well, I
decision.
think it's a discussion, maybe select board ought to be involved in it as well, and obviously Mike's
Oh, yeah.
involved in it. I mean, I think, and we can have our view as well on it.
Okay. So, do you have more slides?
One
I don't wanna cut you
more
off, that's all.
thing. There's a funding policy change, which I didn't really sort of quite follow, but the idea that we have these unfunded liabilities, which is both OPEB and the pension liability.
Yep.
We should add a policy to our financial policies to actually say that when we have actually fully funded our pension fund liabilities at some point in the future, 2035 or something, that money should then be put in towards OPEB. So it's somewhere making sure that we sort of set ourselves a target of doing that, basically.
So are we funding this pension unfunded liability? I mean, what do we, how do we,
That's what Mike seemed to indicate, yeah.
that we're funding that?
Yeah, he said we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Isn't
talked
that
about.
That's what Middlesex County.
Oh, that's the Middlesex
Yeah.
County stuff.
Retirement,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
By the way, the school's doing that too. They're
Yeah.
accelerating to the pension, and once that's paid off, then they'll start transferring funds into OPEB.
Okay.
So
that's
what's the difference between the pension and the OPEB?
The OPEB is other.
Health
It's not,
benefits.
it's like my health benefits,
Health
like the,
benefits,
you know,
So
like
the
I get
pension
my
is-
pension through Middlesex.
Pension is salary, OPEB is your benefits.
Health benefits.
Health benefits,
Oh,
maybe,
okay,
maybe
okay.
insurance.
Okay.
So basically, it's a select board decision to sort of initiate that policy change. We'll be involved in that. Bartholomew will send some suggested wording for that
Okay, so
policy.
Mike is looking to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it.
So I'm going to say that, wow, thank you. That was like the most I've like heard about. And I mean, I sat in on one of those meetings at the region, the OPEB meeting. So thank you for that. And is this like quarterly meetings, yearly meetings?
Oh, with them,
Bartholomew?
I think he's
Twice a
coming in and
year.
seeing the treasurer on a regular basis. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
but we're not necessarily involved in that, but
But they
Maybe we
produce
should
a
be.
report once a year?
they give quarterly reports out.
They give quarterly reports.
to the treasurer. Yeah.
Okay. All right, do we have any questions on that?
Are we gonna talk about it, go forward with it, or are we gonna make recommendations?
That is not really our purview.
I thought it was.
It's not really, but I mean, I think that we were part of the meeting, and I think we could,
I think it's sort of a dialogue between us and Mike and
Yeah.
the select board.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right, I know
Yeah.
it's not our decision, but,
Yeah.
when do we put something on a piece of paper saying that we'd like Naomi to consider this, is what I'm asking.
after town meeting stuff is put to bed.
Sounds good.
No, seriously,
No,
right?
no,
You can't do it now,
no,
because
I
select
didn't-
board is
No,
like,
I didn't mean no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Either now or in September, like if in September you want to set that as a goal, whatever.
There's not really a mechanism, is there, for us to do that?
Well, we can do, in the past, we've
But-
done, like,
We should have input on that. Those are big decisions.
yeah,
and that's
so
what I'm
we've,
saying.
Capital allocation is a huge,
Yeah.
so we can do something that, we can send an email to the chair of the select board and say, we'd like to discuss this, get Mike, and then
Yeah.
just have a joint meeting, and that's
Yeah.
how we would go about
And
doing that,
I
right?
agree, and that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
a joint meeting with the select board and us.
Yeah,
to
and
give-
Naomi
to-
and Mike.
To give
Yeah.
Naomi
Yep.
what we'd like to see,
Right,
what
and
we
have a
would like.
discussion.
Yeah, and I think essentially the message is we want to give her some cover to say, we'll be okay if you did X.
Yeah,
You
Stop
know.
loss orders at minus 20%?
Yeah.
Okay. Great, thank you, and thank you for all that
I-
information. All right.
I'm sympathetic to a treasurer that, wow, this is hard for a treasurer
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
All right, are there any, okay, we've done that.
well, I'm sorry, one
Yeah,
last
go ahead.
question. Have we hired Bartholomew? Or we already-
They've been out,
Oh, yeah,
they've been
they've
our
been doing it
advisor
for
for
years.
years.
And they're also the advisor for the region.
yeah, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
All right, do you have any comments or
So,
questions?
capital subcommittee for the region met last week. I sent everyone snapshots to show budget A, budget B.
Mhm.
So everyone should have that. And that was it. That's it for me.
Okay.
I have a couple. First, I went to Housing Board last Thursday. They voted their 2 representatives to sit on the 6-member board to advise Mike on the whole Stowe Road thing. They were in agreement that they want to sell the property because they want to use that to help maintain current affordable housing and possibly look at doing some stuff with condos.
Becky, what's the final number? 1.2 or 1.225?
Well, it's up for 1.2, I think.
It's a conversation that
Yeah,
you
it's a
have
conversation.
with the 6 people.
Okay.
And then, because I'm the police liaison, I went to the DOJ thing on Saturday. It was terrific. A lot of support for the police. It was quite, I was in the room with somebody who said, I came because I don't understand why they're even doing this. The police are terrific. So I thought that was great to hear. They got some feedback. I mean, the second afternoon when I was there, somebody said, well, maybe we need to meet people where they are. So they talked about doing like the trunk or treat or do the touch a truck thing, maybe over at the head of Beaverbrook. So you get the people who live in the condos who don't maybe have transportation or who, can walk there and stuff.
But I think the interesting part of it is that there was 5 groups.
Yeah.
And kind of the goal was to get to the 5 top things that the town would like to see the police and the town, work on. And all 5 groups came up with the same thing. And the biggest thing was communicating with groups within the town that don't necessarily normally communicate with the police and go to events or to town events, like, meetings and stuff like that. So
It was actually
I
a
thought it
really
was really good.
event.
I
thought they did a
was
good job.
really, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And then I went to planning board last night, and they had the woman they're going to hire to do the traffic study, and my only ask of her was, how long is this going to be good for? And she said 11 years. I said, score. My recommendation says 10, so that's all. I just wanted to get it on the record. So,
ZBA's meeting tonight.
yes.
Hopefully they're recording it. They've got a request for 3 friendly 40Bs. That's something to
Yeah.
think about.
Say that again?
ZBA's meeting tonight. Alec has had 3 requests for friendly 40Bs in town.
What is a friendly 40B?
So 40B is the housing.
what that
You know
is.
what that is? Do you know what that is? Okay. So because we're over the threshold on affordable housing,
Yeah, we're all set, right?
yes, they can't just come in and force a 40B. It needs to be a friendly 40B.
That's what it is.
They didn't talk about
Yeah.
the location or anything like that, but we've been, but we also have the MBTA housing zoning that they need to talk about. The thing with the MBTA, and this really aggravates me because the state is suing Milford now, because Milford said, we're not gonna do this MBTA zoning. Then the state, Maura Healy's administration is up there screaming about affordable housing. There's no affordable housing requirement in the MBTA
It's
zoning.
multifamily zoning.
Multifamily zoning, so it's gonna be another, apartment complex that's charging $4,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment. So you can't.
And my understanding was the law said that you just lose state funding, grant funding.
Well,
It
Grant
never said
funding.
you're going to be sued.
Right, exactly,
Right,
so,
but did you see the latest thing in the Globe? That
Yeah.
the state is going to sue the
Right.
town of Milton.
Oh, they already
right,
started.
that's what I'm talking
No,
about.
they
though.
postponed until the fall.
Right,
I know
but
that,
in
yeah.
any event, so that's, the interesting thing is 3 friendly 40Bs. I mean, I don't think we want that, but, because that's just gonna add to our population for the schools, so.
Unless they're over
Why
55.
do they want to make it a 40B, what if they don't need to?
Because our zoning regulation says 2 acres per house. lot.
60,000 square feet.
Okay.
I don't think it's
One and a
quite
half
2
It's
acres.
2 acres then.
That's an
1.5.
acre and a half.
Yeah,
1.5.
60. It's 1.5.
With a 40B, you
don't
don't
have to listen to the
you don't have
zoning.
to listen to any of the zoning, right? So you can put in houses, you
I
You
think
could
I know
do
where one
like
is.
cluster zoning,
Like
right? Like you
Joyce
could
Lane.
have, yeah.
Taylor Street.
Yes, exactly.
Taylor
And that
Farm
was a
Road.
40B.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was a forced 40B at the time.
Right.
Because, and the problem I have with 40B is, if you have 40 houses, you only have 10 affordable units.
Yeah.
So that dilutes our affordable
And
housing
they want to
stock,
cross conservation.
right? If you're gonna do a 40B, I think you need to have 50% of your units need to be affordable. Because the only person making money here is the developers.
Yeah,
So-
bingo.
Right?
That's what 40B
Exactly.
is for.
So, anyway, so that's interesting. I'm gonna see if I can get some information on that. But something to keep in mind, because that.
With respect to all the condos that we have, the really low-valued condos,
Yeah.
do they count at all?
Nope.
which, once were apartments, when I first came to town.
Yeah, Swanson Road and stuff.
Yeah, all
Those
that
don't-
sort of-
Those don't count unless
No,
they're.
no, not
like-
for 40B, but with respect to the MBTA bill.
No.
Well, no, because it's a zoning, so they would have to zone that area, the MBTA zoning, like houses.
And it's gotta be close, it's supposed to be close to,
Well, we don't have that close part.
well,
We can't-
except,
We can't meet the
well, you
close
could
part.
do something like on the Littleton line down at the end of like, Hill
but-
Road or,
So we have a bunch of condos or
right, we
apartments or
do,
whatever you call
but
them.
they're not
But-
zoned that way,
Right,
so,
So if we change the zoning, does that satisfy the?
yes. All you gotta do is change the zoning, and it can be on
But-
private property or
I
public
hope
property.
some smart
or
people are in
whatever.
charge of that then.
But, so there's a lot to talk about with that, but I do think that keeping that 40B on the radar, because that would be new growth. I also think it would be expensive for the town, because I think it would end up, 40B is gonna be housing, and that's gonna bring in children, and a significant number of children, so.
3
Right.
houses gonna bring in?
No, it's gonna, 40B is housing,
Yes.
and that's gonna bring in children.
Children, I think I'm commenting on the
Number.
large number of children you were saying. It's, yes, children.
Yeah,
We
so,
don't, we don't
Most
need any
houses
more.
bring in,
We
How
got
many
enough.
units total?
You don't know.
I don't know, because they just, at the planning board meeting, they just mentioned 3 friendly 40Bs.
We want old
Okay,
people.
but does that mean
the two
locations or
cantankerous.
units?
No, that was 3 different locations, 3 different
Oh,
developers
Location.
approaching on
I can't even
3
think where we have
different
that much kind of
40Bs.
property.
Presumably they're doing it so they can build more houses on a smaller lot.
Yes, absolutely. Because
you have a
otherwise,
10-acre lot,
otherwise,
you could do a
you're
lot.
building $1 million homes, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't do a 60,000 square
Well,
foot
that's
lot.
That's what we need. We need more houses.
We definitely do.
Yeah.
My thing is just, it's either gonna be, we gotta be careful not to dilute our stock of affordable, real affordable housing. And we have to remember, as we're building these 40Bs.
Where is that?
So
Stop.
it's kind of all over. There's 10 units in Boxborough Meadows that are
12.
40, that are
I think there's 12, because there are 48 units altogether. So there's 12 in Boxborough Meadows.
Summer Road.
There's some number of Summer Road, there's the over 55
Oh, that one,
development
yeah.
down there.
summer field, summer road, summer something.
Summer Fields. 25% of those are, and I think, so there's probably 3, because I think there's 12 units there altogether, I could be wrong. We've got a couple
Right,
of
but
deed
not all of them are
restricted things on
affordable.
Swanson, because they bought them, and then they restricted them.
Deed restricted them.
Deed
Okay, so
restricted.
to your point, so how is this diluting that base?
So if you have, so right now, if 15% of our housing stock is considered to be affordable under the 40B rules, okay? Not affordable, but affordable under 40B, which is income driven. And then you get 2 friendly 40Bs that go in, but they're only required to have a small percentage of their units
Well,
be
they don't have to do
affordable.
25%?
They don't have to be 25%. Is it 25%?
That's what a regular 40B is, I don't know.
Yeah,
what a
so maybe it
friendly
is
40B
25%.
Okay.
But if the 75% dilutes our 15%, you gotta be careful about that number getting diluted, because then what happens is if it gets under 10%, they're no longer friendly 40Bs, I'm buying, 6 acres of land and putting up 300 houses.
Okay.
And we don't have to pay attention to
But
your,
here's the
And
thing,
we have no,
John,
that's
under regular
State law.
40B, you have.
under a regular 40B, but I will tell you, with Paddock Estates, because 25% of those units are deed restricted affordable, because they're rentals, all of the units count towards our affordable housing stock. I don't understand why, but all of your property,
That's why your
if
number's so high.
if it's rental
So.
property is considered, even though some of them are like $4,000 a month.
So, anyway,
But it
so
counts.
that came up last night at the meeting as well, so. All right, so next week we meet, and then the week after we don't meet, and then we're gonna try to go to every other, but we need to also start working on the Article 5 presentation. So, do you have the slides from last year? I think I have the slides too, so.
Yeah, I
look
can
at
start
those.
working on
And then we need to figure out how we want to do that. We talked about, this is one of the things we need to talk about maybe next week. We've talked about, talking about enhanced services, like a couple slides for that. Really need to talk about the school. We need to talk about our recommendation on the school and our vote on the school, and that kind of thing, so. All right, and then Thursday night, the school votes the budget. So then next Tuesday, we will do our final votes on all our budgets. And if we don't have the insurance for Steel Farm, we're voting it anyway, and we'll change it on town floor.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
What's the current number for Steel Farm, by the way?
We don't know.
we don't have
That's what we
it.
don't know.
But
Last
Mike
year,
will have it.
last-
Oh,
I don't know what it was last year, because it's all within our liability insurance
Oh, I see,
number, so
okay.
it's not broken out.
Gotcha. So, yeah.
So, okay?
But if, worst case scenario is to insure it, right?
No, we'll insure it. We
You
have
have
to
to
put
insure it.
liability insurance
You
on
have
it.
to have
Liability,
liability,
yeah, liability.
Yeah, so,
But, yeah, not insurance.
Yeah, if somebody breaks in and falls through the floor, you gotta pay for that.
or we do tours and they fall to the floor. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to
So
adjourn.
moved.
Seconded.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Excellent, thanks, guys.